On your
What's it?
character sheet, on the token thing, where's the little button that puts you on that shows you where you're on the map? I thought there was.
I'm shutting them up. Hello and welcome to Portland's Peril Part 2, side quest of... I decided to insert in Curse of the Crimson Throne. But anyway, they're talking very loudly and I can't concentrate. But welcome one and all. Well, they've discovered that three things, multiple calamities are going to befall Corvosa and they've been trying to stop it. Ooh, good. This happens when we rejoin them in the Frisky Unicorn. And they shut up, that is.
I'm going to change it, and it says token flatten as a crosshairs.
Yeah, but it's token. The crosshairs is gone on my for me.
Oh well.
Well, all it does is open up the map in the same way as double clicking on the combat tracker.
I know it's bid.
Oh, console error.
Why can I not see it?
Don't ever open the console when you've got the party sheet open with the adventure deck extension loaded. I've just loaded that.
Okay. I'll never remember that. Fair enough.
Okay, 6 Betties added to the GM. Mwah. You've got your Betties back and you've got your adventure cards. And when we left you last, you were in the Frisky Unicorn. To the Drakes.
Elspeth, I'm going to throw you a card. It's going to be way more useful to you than it ever will be to me. There you go.
What were we playing yesterday? It was D&D yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah. So in the D&D thing, it's gone. And
I gave you the only lonely card I had, which I never remember to play that card. And it's usually
like talking to myself.
Okay, cool. That seems sensible.
Well, we seem to have sorted out what needs to be done at the Frisky Unicorn. We've calmed down the house dragons.
We found out why they were getting so upset. We rescued as many of their eggs as we could.
And we got the horrible posh woman and her chef and retinue arrested.
Yes.
I thought the more significant thing was we've got a hippogriffin.
No, we don't.
You haven't.
Do what?
We didn't get a baby hippogriff.
We got another dragon thingy.
Yes, we got another baby dragon.
Another baby dragon.
Yes.
Okay, I know that water affects a water effect, but it really looks like it's a little blue slug trying to get out of the grate.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute and disturbing all at once.
Oh, I'm coming through Kay's mic again.
Oh, sorry.
how are you doing that? You got special powers?
I do, yes.
Isn't it uncomfortable climbing out of someone else's mic?
It's
I think
my
he's got special powers. I think he's got skill at that.
I do. It's my projection powers. Right, so the next place we need to go is up into Old Corvosa, isn't it?
Oh, look, that slug's getting upset.
Not on the map.
Whoa, psycho slug. Now it looks like there's a monster looking at us with a weird eyeball.
Yeah. I can't minimise the slug net. Okay, yes, you couldn't further than I thought. Okay, which is a bit worrying.
I can't minimise the slug. How many times in your life do you expect to say that?
Okie dokie. I think it's time for you guys to head northwards. You're currently in the Frisky Unicorn, which is
H10, just down from Citadel Crest.
H10.
Is that the second of the 3 issues that we were going to try to investigate?
That is the second of the 3, yes.
Okay, that's
Has
what
that stopped Tavis coming through my microphone?
No.
Hold on. How about now? Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Anna can hear me.
Hear you, but we can hear him as well. That's what's going on.
I'll try there.
It's not his arse, it's his mouth.
You could just try making him sit out on the porch or whatever it is you have there.
A bit on the chilly side.
Singing rehearsals.
Yeah, okay, I'll just have to talk down then, that's all.
Well, I've adjusted my sensitivity somewhat.
Yeah, he trades as mute. Okay, so you're heading from H10 up to old Bridgefront's the poorest part, isn't it?
Bridgepoint is the poorest part of Old Corvosa, yes.
Mm. Actually, I think Traitors Mews might be the only one. Which among the many tiered tenements that clog Corvosa's poorest district? Yeah, so that'll be fun. So obviously, okay, so you're heading. Well, I suppose you can head up past the Great Tower on the heights, and then you just take the. Looks like you can take the first bridge across the Narrows.
We should be able to, yes.
That's good, isn't it?
Well, possibly.
Okay. So, so basically, after a bit more of a journey, you say, wedged among the many tiered tenements that clog Corvosa's poorest district, this rambling black brick manor house has basically been claimed by the inhabitants of Bridgefront. So, I'd have a common knowledge check to see if anyone knows about Traitors Mews.
It's a bad place. We shouldn't go there.
Obviously, Walker and Thaddeus are obviously natives to Corvosa, unlike the rest of you. Augustus has a vague idea, and Aki knows something. I'm just obviously. But anyway,
I went on the run in the neighbourhood.
Corvosa's government, Corvosa's government decreed that this building be left permanently vacant as a cautionary lesson about its owner, Lord Amiris Vimero, whose treachery during the Cousins' War earned him a beheading. Now called Traitors Mews, the manor house, it's basically become somewhere where destitute Corvosans who have nowhere else to go will attempt to find shelter. In Corvosa, homeless people and beggars are collectively referred to as empty. A reference to both their lack of opportunities and the lack of concern most of Corvosan society holds for their work. As you get closer to the Tracer Mules, you see the wary eyes of countless waifs, beggars, and other people in tatters clothes peering out of the shattered windows. Their spirits as weathered as the building itself.
Keep a tighter hand on my purse, and so on.
All my pouches are below my robe, so.
And of course, it's a bit weird with the Corvosan property laws being that any place that's left empty for a year can be claimed by someone that can afford to do it up. That effectively means this will be the only place in Corvosa that's been empty for more than a year that the homeless can actually be sure to regularly use. So the government could have created this place themselves.
Maybe that's their way of dealing with homelessness in Corvosa. Well, they can always go there, so they don't.
Sure, it wasn't intentional. It's just they don't care enough. It's also a state. I think. I suppose there's some form of the traitor's house is only good enough for the waif. For the empty is probably another statement they're not too happy. Not too unhappy about. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
They don't have to come up with taxes for shelters and stuff for them.
This is it. Okay, now fledgling house drake. Did you name it? I can't.
I did, yes.
So I need to delete fledgling house drake. The combat drake.
What did you call it?
I've called her Aurena.
Oh.
Because she's silver.
Right. Okay, so you were about yes.
Sorry.
I didn't catch that. I was talking inadvertently.
He referred to Aurena as she, and it's like I thought drakes were males.
Well, no, you need boy drakes and girl drakes to make baby drakes.
Yep. In this case, the species is the drake rather than the individual.
Yeah. I was trying to work out a way of saying that.
And she was referred to as female at the end of the last session.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting actually. I'm not sure when it changed because obviously, definitely in the original D20 Pathfinder, they were pseudo dragons, but now they're house drakes. It's interesting. I haven't actually looked at the sort of because they reprinted it like they did with Rise of the Rune Lords. They reprinted this one because I think this one and Rise of the Rune Lords were originally D&D adventure paths, and then later on they, I think, for the anniversary edition for Rise of the Rune Lords, it was reprinted as Pathfinder First Edition, and I know this one was reprinted as Pathfinder First Edition. So I wonder if that's when they changed it from pseudo dragons to house drakes. I've not really paid much attention to the Pathfinder version, so I won't know. So anyway, yeah. So as you can imagine, it's very poor and dilapidated.
Sorry, I looked up House Drake on Wikipedia and it's inside Rapper Drake's manor house. No, that's not what I wanted.
Marina flits up Gastus's shoulder, digging her claws in, causing him to wince a little. I think I'm going to need to get myself some sort of padded shoulder he uses. Very nice. And well worthy of the blatant attempt to get a penny.
Mwahaha.
Well worthy of the blatant attempt to get a penny just because he took an edge that means he gets an extra adventure card and wonders. Penny. He who the Mario. Right, well, as I say, as you're standing around outside with Leia tightening the grip upon her purse, there's countless eyes of waifs and strays, beggars, and other people in tattered clothing, hearing as weathered.
Well, let's have a look around to see if there's anything more wrong than we'd expect there to be around here.
Well, probably not.
Are there any fortune tellers looking like they're doing dodgy stuff?
Oh, I see what you mean. I can notice check, I suppose. You don't see anything. Don't see anything.
Well, I'm going to do a notice because Sassafras is new to Corvos are relatively new, so she's always looking around because she's just curious. It's nothing like Whistledown. That immense gnome curiosity.
I thought it was an immense nose.
Gnome.
Later.
The immense nose is later.
No, sorry, I was telling my son later.
I like my thing better. The immense nose later.
That's an interesting situation. Sheer random positioning of characters, it ends up with two house drakes in close proximity to one another.
Oh, good lord, she's not in heat, is she?
She's too young.
It could be her first time, and I'll have to pull Majenko away. Blast it.
Let them. We'll have little cute little legs. It's fine.
Well, let's try the door then, shall we?
Yes.
Can't we go through the square window?
We'll see who's doing story time today.
Okay. The formula, I can't pronounce today. The formerly opulent entry hall is filled with piles of straw. You're catching on walls.
It's not that I can see just the edge of one wall through nothing.
That's okay. I'm just going to let everyone get inside with it. I'm going to unlock movement so people can sort of get around the jaggy walls.
There we go. I'll turn on my I'll use a sunrod.
I think this is a.
Ouch.
I think I didn't. I bought this map.
It's from the Pathfinder flip mats. It's a townhouse.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know, but that's the official map to use for this, and I think I actually purchased the bloody maps just to get this map so I could use it here. So the line,
You
any line
mentioned
of
it.
any line of sight on this map. Yeah, I didn't do the line of sight on this map. This is.
Mm.
See, I would have just done a single line down the middle of the walls, not basically they've drawn lines around every single square and every wall's 2 lines thick. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So you are going to get caught on lots of things. Anyway, the opulently 4-metre entry hall is filled with piles of straw and rags that serve as chairs, as well as tattered sacks where the residents keep their meagre possessions. Now, something I do need to check is anyone chosen here?
There anybody up?
Is there
Yay.
anybody out there?
You go back to Portal. Back to Fate, which was Dark Fate's Greeting. Sorry. Here we go. The Hidden Truth. Aki got the Hidden Truth. Okay. Vorka got the Wanderer. So Aki and Vorka, they are both have chances to be the chosen here. Nope. No, we haven't. So, yeah, Vorka and Aki. Vorka. Was the Wanderer. Okay, that's fine.
Well, silver piece is real silver.
I've got silver in them, I imagine.
But not real silver. Okay, carry on. Nothing.
Well, actually, I know you've all sort of wandered in, but from a sort of a move you all back because this place is full of people.
Stars.
Peoples?
Probably about 100 people just basically in this area, just this area here alone. They all look at
Okay, they're
you
very invisible.
suspiciously with sunken eyes. After a while, they all seem to be turning their heads to a woman. Who stares at you with a definite attitude of suspiciousness and distrust.
Good afternoon, Gastus says with a somewhat cheesy grin.
Everyone else hides behind gases.
Me, I'm right up front.
Does anyone identify as Varisian? Yeah, obviously I'm looking at probably Gastus, human here.
No, Gastus is well, he's Corvosan.
He's in Varisia.
It is, yes, but he is of Chalaxian extraction from his background.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I wanted to know. So yeah, they definitely will be eyeing you with suspicion. Obviously, the rest of you always are also being eyed with suspicion because you aren't human. Most of them do appear to all be human, all humans in here. Now, the nose to a whisper. Though somehow I might be close to it. Yeah, sorry, go on, carry on.
I have no idea where I'm from. I know I was part of a travelling troupe that ended up here, but I don't know where I came from.
Well, damn cabbage down. I mean, let the bennies flow. Hello, boy, howdy. I didn't even notice you typed that. Because I haven't got the stream over here. I have to look over there. Turn it on over at the chat over. Yep, I'm just going to have to pay attention today. Or other people will have to watch the streaming chat in case I miss it.
Mm.
I have fun and games. But anyway, apparently I've got to let those bennies flow. So there you go.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Benny Flower.
I was accused of being very stingy when I was giving out bennies on Sunday, and it's hurt my feelings, so I'm not giving it out to you scumbags today.
I
Thanks.
just did.
I didn't. I ought to give them to you. You're not getting any from me.
What a
No.
fragile little snowflake you really are.
Anyway. So, yep, they're eyeing you with distrust and suspicion, and obviously 100 of them, if it turns nasty, it could go pretty... Doesn't matter, I don't care how powerful you are, unless you're going to stop committing mass murder, they could overwhelm you. So,
Yeah, I told people how to give you bennies at the weekend.
anyway.
Well,
So-
we're terribly sorry to bother you, but apparently there's something bad going to happen here, and there's been a foretelling, and we've been asked to come and make sure everything's okay. Is everything okay?
It look okay to you, because that does not look okay to me.
Well, there's okay and there's okay, isn't there?
Mm.
There's a complete air of uncooperativeness permeating from the empty all around.
Righto. Okay. Thank you ever so much. If anything should explode and go wrong, just don't blame us. All right. Ta-ra.
Does anyone else want to try anything different?
They were creepy.
They're meant to be. They're starving.
Oh, right. So they're not the undead then. I really wasn't sure.
No, Orca will step forward and
Okay.
bring out his bag of dried fruit
Okay,
and
that
start
gets
handing that and start handing that around, just tossing it to random people.
that instantly gives you a
Okay.
+1. That Walker, that automatically gives you a +1 bonus on top of the chosen +2 bonus you've already got. So you're now at a +3 bonus.
Okay. We really are here to try and help. Things are not bad yet, but we're afraid that they might go bad, and so we really want to see if there's something we can help with.
As I say, you're at +3 on your persuasion roll, and you get a free re-roll because you are the chosen. If you want to take it. You don't
Mine's
have
not
to with a
bad.
9.
Let's go ahead and get that free re-roll.
11's even better.
11 is better.
11 will get you way. We'll get you up to. Hang on then. Neutral, cooperative. You got them to friendly. Well, the woman's obviously the woman steps forward and introduces herself as Tsura, and she basically gaining information from any of the people in trade system who requires Tsura sort of Tsura sort of nods, and you see all the other empty in the place seem to relax and become less wary, more friendly. You notice in the corners some of them seem to be putting down slightly heavier improvised implements, and they seem to be much more relaxed and less worried than they were before. Zora looks down and goes, I never thought I'd see a goblin with the holy symbol of... I've forgotten the name of your god. I know I can't remember how to pronounce it. Shellin. I can see the name. I can remember how to pronounce it. Shellin. Well, how can we be of help to you? Oh, fine, goblin.
Well, like my tall friend said, there was a reading, and the clues kind of pointed that something bad might or is happening here. and so we just kind of want to look around and see if something's going on, if that's okay.
Oh, well, yes, as I say, I mean, fortune tellers, a lot of them around here.
You have had a lot of them around here?
Well, they always come around. They always go after the desperate, don't they? Easy marks, I think.
Has there been one just like today or maybe yesterday that came by that kind of caught your eye?
As I say, we've seen many. As she's talking, what do you assume to be her young son, Tamas, clings tightly to her skirt, his eyes full of worry, and she pulls him close reassuringly. She goes, are you looking for one in particular? What does she look like?
Vorka will look over to Sassafras and do we have a description of her? Do we know what she looked like?
We're not sure that the aspects that she presented to the person that encountered her was a true aspect anyway, that she was disguised, possibly. We did have, but I don't remember what it was.
And she'd stolen mask powder from the theatre. She could look like anyone, Gastus will say from behind the door.
Yeah, she only bought that today, don't forget.
Which means that even if she were here, she could have changed her appearance enough to where any description we had is now rendered useless.
Indeed, but
well, not to those of you that detect magic. If you can detect magic and one of this slot's covered in illusion magic, that would probably be a big tell.
I can detect magic and I can detect arcana both.
Most of the empty has sort of gone back to sort of looking forlorn and lost. Thomas keep, as I say, still gripping on tightly, and Tazura goes, "Well, I'm afraid I couldn't help you. I mean,
she was a Chilaxan woman, if I remember right, and she may have been disguised, but I don't think she would have been disguised just yet. We know that she's trying to do something strange, and we're just kind of worried. And Vorka will kind of tilt his head a little bit, like he's looking at the little one who's holding on to her, and kind of wave him forward with a piece of fruit in his hand. Do you know something? Maybe you can help.
Now maybe I think I'm got myself confused. Now, hang on a second.
What's the conversion rate of silver to copper?
10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Yeah, 10 copper to silver.
I just need to check something myself.
How many children are present in the room?
Oh,
roughly.
Probably 20 or so. I don't remember what she was. Oh yeah, she wanted to make herself appear. Yes, you do know what. Yes, you were told. Sold a packet of the troops' mask powder to a Varisian fortune teller earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bit confused because they're using
Varisian, right?
Yeah. Obviously, basically, you relay the description you were given from. I forgot his name again. I've just closed the window. From the troop, and she goes, "Well, that does sound like Goldtooth." And you said you were looking for a fortune teller that reads Harrow decks, did you? Because I don't think anyone mentioned that, but I'll pretend you did.
Yes.
goes,
Yes, we did.
well, well, fortune teller. It sounds like you are talking about a Goldtooth, a Skazani, whichever Varisian, aren't they? Who sometimes impersonates a Hara. She fled Corvosa after trying to cheat some fancy lady from overseas, but recently returned with some mercenaries and took her over a room upstairs and insisted that she be left alone.
I just deducted 20 copper. He said that's about how many kids were present.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely fine. And Leia's trying to get the kids. Yeah, that's okay. Obviously, with Leia's making some of the kids dance, and you're trying to get out the money there. It's not. It's all through there. With the combination of just basically being taught to dance by Leia and the copper coins that you're giving out brings smiles to their faces, and the tears of joy start creating clean streaks in their dirty faces. And each of them is grasping tightly the copper coin they've been given as they dance around Leia.
And are you happy that these mercenaries have moved in upstairs?
As if we had a choice, Tasura looks at you, saying, at which point Tamas stops dancing around with the others and looks up and goes, I went upstairs to see what she was doing. I saw her looking at a big map and writing lots of things really fast. But then she yelled at me to get out of there. Her friends had swords. She's really scary.
I know about scary people. They can definitely make life not fun. How about we go up and we see what's going on, and maybe we can make the scary people go away. Is that okay?
Tamas nods shyly at you. And that would be, it'd be nice if the scary people went away.
Now, there'd be no house strikes associated with this old rundown mansion, right?
Sorry, there would be no
House
House
strikes.
house strikes. Oh, no.
Well,
not.
Sassafras is going to whisper to Majenko to see if he can get approach up there and see what, just information. My little spy.
The longer the Goldtooth lingers here, there's a risk that other people in the Muse may take up her lifestyle, and that may well affect. The last thing I want is my son to be affected by the way of life. I obviously am not in any position to stop you, and I'm not in any reason. I have no reason to not stop you heading up. She isn't, as far as I know, her and the scary people. She obviously seems to be using that name because of her son's in front of her. Probably rather than hard killers or something. They're up on the top floor. Obviously points at gestures at the stairs.
Is there some back stairwell, like a servant's stairwell, where we could go up less obvious?
Doesn't appear so. Say that based on the fact that
Is it the kind of time of day that... Is it daytime, like business is open daytime?
yes, you've had an eventful day. It's probably early afternoon. Say about 2 p.m. It's about 3 p.m.
How many people are in here that aren't children? How many adults?
Sorry? 20. Well, I said 75 then. Approximately.
I'm just being nosy because I just wanted to know what was on the ground floor. So
Right, I'm going to deduct 10 silver pieces and say, why don't you all go out to get something to eat and come back in a while? So that if something kicks off, they're not likely to be innocent victims.
Yeah, and the children can spend their copper pieces on some sweets or treats or something.
Exactly. Give 10 silver to share between the adults that can figure it out amongst themselves.
Goes, well, we can't all leave because people have got to look after stuff. We don't have a lot, but
Or perhaps the parents leave with the children and come back with food for everyone else? How does that sound?
that sounds
indicating it might be safer.
The key point is to get the children out of there.
Yeah.
Just finished studying my Spanish list.
Oh, yes.
Just
and Sassafras is pointedly going to look at one of the little ones and go, you want your mom to take you out to get some treats, don't you?
thank you very much.
Knowing the kids will all now pester to go get treats.
Well, some Tasira nods, and some of the people take some they take the money and take the children out. Thomas just stays clinging tightly to his mother's skirts. He doesn't like going outside, she says, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine, she says. Head up the stairs. Obviously, the kitchen doesn't look as nice as the map shows it, as you can imagine. 100 plus people using these kitchens.
Yeah, that's probably the only source of warmth, that little fire there.
It is. Yes, it is indeed.
Yeah. The light of our life has turned up gas.
Each evening, the empty gather here to gather together the food they have managed to acquire during the day and cook it in this kitchen. On cold nights, they pack the elderly and the children into this room to sleep by the fire. Okay, you head up the stairs. The stairs will take you up to the second floor. The second floor, there isn't a map for the second floor, but the only the second floor is not depicted. It once contained Lord VMO's chambers, sitting room, and private dining room, but all the furniture from these rooms has long been stripped and sold. The only notable feature of the second floor is a haphazard maze of bedrolls where a few people are sleeping, even at this time of day. Obviously, they all go downstairs and mostly congregate down there during the day, it would appear. But eventually, and obviously, if you head down the back, there's this whole back section was once the manor's servants' quarters, which was behind the stairs. And that's the current occupants still sleep in the old beds, as well as on the floors and the hallways between the rooms. Other people sleep upstairs in the floor. And Lord Fayamo spent most of his time. Obviously, I told you about the kitchen, but you're heading up to the attic. Up you all. Attic. Like, and then do a sync. There you go. You're all up in the attic now, aren't you, lucky?
Salute.
Let's open that.
Can't
Why?
no.
You're inside it, so you can see anyway, can't you? Okay. Let me lock the tokens and give you a description. This ramshackle attic is filled with knickknacks of all sorts. Most of it has been thoroughly scavenged for anything of value, leaving rat-chewed paintings, shards of porcelain, and cobwebs. On the far end of the attic, a crate serves as a makeshift desk, holding a stack of papers and an inkwell. A flyer is nailed to the wall above the desk. The window beside the crate is shattered, letting in cold air. Outside. Easier if I turn the lighting off.
Arena's curious, so is going to start zipping around.
Okay.
Castus was like, hey, come back here.
You told Majenko to go, just.
Told you those silly corners. Hang on. Some of you are stuck on walls. You can't move. There we go. Aki, you as as Thaddeus, try that again. As Thaddeus starts walking across the, yeah, they've done it. Interestingly, as Thaddeus starts striding across there, you get to make a notice check with a +2 bonus as you are the chosen.
I'm the chosen one. They call me Morpheus.
Well,
And
then
you
you're
get
not
a
the chosen one.
And you get a free reroll if you want to use it, but I don't think you need to.
The one. Who's the 0? An 18.
Okay. That's wonderful stuff. Thaddeus, you get to make a notice check at -2, please.
Helen 046 has put bennies. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Maybe he means I should have a Benny. What do you think? I think he means the GM
think
should
he
have a
needs to
Benny.
I think everybody needs a Benny.
Yeah. Benny's for everyone.
Okay, Thaddeus doesn't notice it, but Becky, just as Thaddeus is about to stride forwards and activate the tripwire that you spot, his foot is moving towards the tripwire with ponderous speed. It's almost as if it's in slow motion.
What am I seeing moving at slow motion?
Stuff. I was giving you a chance to tell him to not activate the tripwire before I moored him into the trap.
Okay. Well, I'm telling him not to activate the tripwires. With that 18 I spotted. Get stand back. There's a tripwire.
As if Thaddeus stops or not now, really? You'd already also...
Do what? When? Where?
Okay.
There you go. He says for all. For all. Benny's for all.
Benny's for all. I'm going to have you activate the trap for that one then.
Thanks, Talon.
Okay.
Do
Right.
what? When? What?
Me moaning about you being rubbish with Benny's always works. Talon's twice now he's done that.
Okie dokie.
There you go. Orina swoops down and just as Thaddeus stops right next to the tripwire, Orina spots it and swoops down and pecks at it because she failed a smart roll.
Okay.
She's trying to land on it.
And she's
Okay.
incredibly curious, like you said.
Okay, that could be
So
interesting.
I avoid the
You
tripwire
get Thaddeus.
for it to land.
You get to
I
make an
go-
evasion
I go,
check.
"Whew, that was lucky, and next thing you know, click.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get to make an Arena and Thaddeus and Cease all have to make evasion checks.
Okay.
As literally the whole center of the building collapses.
Well, that's interesting. Why did that come on skill?
Orina made it
Arena made it, so Arena only takes half damage from falling bricks.
and dies.
Round it up. Half damage takes it down to shaken. I haven't
all right.
halved it yet. Okay.
Right.
Cease takes 12 points of damage.
Evasion
not
is
so-
not good enough.
No. Cease takes 6 points of damage, and Thaddeus takes the full 12 as he is hit by falling bricks. Okay. Okay, so obviously Thaddeus gets a chance to soak that. Arena's shaken. Cease is... Okay. Cease and Arena do not plummet when the entire section collapses down on the floors below. Thaddeus is able to not take any damage from the falling bricks. However, unfortunately, because he failed his agility check,
He must have landed on somebody's bed underneath, or the remains of it.
oh no, the entire roof collapses. It takes out the floor below, and everything's ending up down below on the. Good job, you got all the children out.
Mm. Orina, what did you? Oh, Orina! Oh.
Okay, so Thaddeus plummets 2 floors and lands back down on the ground floor, taking another 9 points of damage.
Where's the hole now?
Well, I'm just about to draw it. Assets. Already the screaming starts from below. That's in, horror, crushed bodies screaming, I mean, when I say the screaming starts.
So were people
find the right-
injured? Were people injured by that?
Yeah,
Very much so.
building falling on your head's gonna hurt.
Right, let's deal with this horrible. Get rid of that pit because I don't need it anymore. Right, then I'm going to get rid of this unnecessary roof tiling. Right, there we go. Now I can actually do things on the map because it's when I try and do, instead of actually just spending the entire time having to fight the fact that the map is nothing but one big square of terrain they put on to block out the roof when the walls block it. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. Okie dokie. If the PCs fin the trap, falling masonry falls squarely on top of from below you can hear cries of disaster and Tamas's terrified wail of mummy. At the same time, the collapsed roof produces a cross breeze with a broken window that begins to blow all the pages on the other side of the room out the window.
I have a feeling we're going to need them. Arena, go and get the paper. Majenko, help her. Meanwhile,
and
we should
Majenko,
go and
well,
help people downstairs.
Any PCs who fell into the pit trap land on the top of the rubble and begin on the ground floor. Everyone else is, of course, still in the attic. You can move from the attic to the ground floor by jumping down the newly created hole, if you wish to. But
I want to get the other side.
right.
Can I use my telekinesis to control slow down the blowing paper so that
That's a good idea.
Well, that's a very good idea, but we're actually into interesting timed event, as it were. Here, I'm going to use initiative just to control how you want, to make life easier to determine what you're doing. But
Far down is it?
Ground floor.
2 floors, so
24
about 18, 20. Assume 10 feet of floor and about 20 feet.
We really don't want to jump down there, do we?
It's the quickest way down. You can see an awful lot of bodies down there. And
Quickest
looking
and
down,
safest are not the same.
looking down from here, what you can see is Tabas going, mummy, 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 holding a hand that's under an awful lot of rubble.
Oh, bollock.
I could probably
We want to go
jump
down and
back.
rescue them, don't we? Let's go down and rescue them. Right, okay, I'm going to jump down. Cece's
Okay,
jumping down.
Gastus is first, because we're on initiative, so Gastus.
Right, well, Gastus is going to jump down, swinging on anything that still looks like it might be solid enough to get down there as quick as he can.
I'm going to say an athletics check to avoid taking full. Basically, yeah. Obviously, a successful check will mean you'll basically take half falling damage. So it's only going to be 4 points of damage to anyone who makes their check down. So yeah, you land without incident on the ground floor, Gastus.
And meanwhile, Orina goes trying to grab bits of paper and gets one stuck over her face.
Oh, good God! What
Let's see,
did you get?
does she critically fail? No, she doesn't critically fail, but she gets one stuck over her face and flies around blind for a little bit. Once I'm down the bottom, I'm going to start moving rubble to try and get people out.
Okay, I just need to change it into a dramatic. So, which I should have done before I dealt the cards because I always forget. But that's okay. So, by your sheer fluke of luck, I make that mistake. Oh yes, it will.
Unfortunately, I'd have passed that even with the complication.
Well, I'm going to ignore the fact you had a complication because that was my mistake, forgetting I actually turned this into a dramatic task.
Yeah.
So getting down. So actually getting down. So getting down counts as success in itself. So, but you might, bearing in mind that it is a dramatic task, you may or may not want to think about. I'll give King of Spades just because nice there. They got a 1. Okay, and then I need a 9 of Hearts.
Think about what?
Sassafras. Well, obviously it's about number of successes at the end of the day.
Well,
Obviously-
I have a free reroll on athletics roll, so I will give it a free reroll.
Because obviously jumping down and I'm saying you're going to be jumping. The logic is you're jumping down and clearing rubble as soon as you get down there. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll turn it into a 6. Is what I should have. Is how I should have phrased it. So yeah. Think it in terms. Yeah. Sorry. I was. One of these things. I forgot what I planned for this, so I turned this into a dramatic task. So that because that way you can be lovely and descriptive on how you want to do stuff and be all creative, and also obviously go for as many successes as you possibly can. Sassafras, you're up. You were going to use telekinesis to try and grab some of the pages, weren't you?
Slow them down so that Majenko and Arena can get them. So yes.
Yeah. So obviously there is two. Ironically, there is 2 dramatic tasks. There is you need to get enough successes to save enough of the pages, as it were, and you need to get enough successes to unbury people downstairs.
Okay, that's 2 for Sassafras.
Sounds good to me.
So they're not going all willy nilly.
Yep.
And then Majenko would need athletics to see if he can grab some.
Well, Majenko. Well, I will say Majenko will be assisting you to turn your 8 into a 10. Because technically speaking, I don't know why Arena's. Oh, because Arena's a wild card that gets their own action, whereas Majenko sort of is on your card, so they'll we'll treat it as a support. Same with Cease.
Arena's not a wild card.
No, Arena's not a wild card. I don't know why. It must be because of what I did. So next turn, I'm sure it will sort itself out if I. I'll leave Arena off.
That was my turn because I'm not jumping down that hole.
That's absolutely fine. Thaddeus, unfortunately, you had a complication. Obviously, the complication being, of course, the fact is you fell. So you may well be trapped under some of the rubble yourself before you can. So before you can deal with anything else, before you can assist this round, you need to decide how you're going to extricate yourself from the rubble, which is the complication. Means Aki might want to think about possibly spending a penny to get rid of the club, or just deal with it later.
Nah, well, Benny the Queen of Hearts, and
Sure.
You say that there was a +2 from that dragon for Sassafras.
Yeah, +1.
Right. Just +1, was it?
Yeah, I did say +2, but I meant +1.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't even take damage falling, can you?
No, but
So Thaddeus, the roof collapses, he falls down, the bricks bounce off, he lands on his feet, completely unscathed.
Okay.
The duck says something about you owe me one for that, whatever that means. And then what he does is he casts spell casting, and there's a bat swarm.
Okay.
Appears, and it starts to basically the large bats appear, and they start to lift the rubble and fly it out to the street.
Okie dokie. That gets you 1 success. That's okay. So I'm going to say Arena. Obviously, I'm going to say next turn, Arena can obviously assist Jelsa, who's obviously trying to catch the papers. I'm going to say next turn.
Sassafras, Jalsa is history.
I know. I'm sorry, Sassafras. Right, Sassafras is collecting.
Jalsa was just so lovable, you can't let go. That's all right.
We missed Jelsa. Well, I'll have to find it. I'm going to have to find a 20th level adventure to get them all back one day. Or actually, maybe I'll let you choose your favourite of the two campaigns, and we'll have a cross-party session. Who knows? Recusing? You're recusing. You were recusing rather than rescuing. I still can't spell rescuing. No. Yeah, rexuing. That'll do. That gets us to Leia.
Okay. I am going to call Gastus to catch and drop him a couple of healing potions to help down there.
Okay.
And I intend to jump like that and then like that so that I can help gather any important information there is on this side.
Okay, I'm going to roll 2 healing potions. We'll give Gastus a +4 on his next roll. And then you get to make an athletics check to jump across and start grabbing pieces of paper.
I get a free reroll on my athletics so well.
She was 7.
Benny, that I've got to be able to do a raise, surely. Oh, come on. One more. Oh!
That was an 11 until the last second.
Oh, never mind. Oh.
Okay, that brings us to Aki.
Well, I'm going down there first. Athletics, okay. I've got a really good athletics.
Well,
so-
no, actually, like I said, because it's not so much an athletics to get down there. It's you can describe how you're going to get how you get down there, what you're going to do when you get down there, and that will decide the.
Right, so what I'm going to do is me and Cece are going
success.
to go down there,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to use entangle, but instead of entangling, I'm going to start lifting up.
I love
the
it.
rubble.
Yep.
And
Okay.
and Cease is going to start pulling the people out from under the rubble while the entangle's doing its thing.
Sounds very well. Actual fact, if you're rather canny about it, you can cast the entangle up here, and it will basically give you something to help climb down with. And as you say, you control it. So
yeah, there you go.
I like it. Go for it. Do your spell casting. Sorry, faith roll, I should say. Are you happy with a 5? Because it's all about successes. That's a 10.
That'll do.
It's Cease assisting you. I know it's the wrong way around, but I'm quite happy to.
Cease is pulling the people out of the rubble. Yeah,
that's fine. So we'll treat Cease assisting you rescuing. So obviously you've already got a 10. So each success will give you a +1 bonus. So go for it.
You're going to use agility, I suppose, or strength, agility.
Any skill.
I'm going to use athletics.
Athletics, yeah. They'll be bouncing around, clearing over the rubble. I mean, you've already got the raise, so don't worry about it. And last but no means least, we have Vorka. Maybe Vorka's standing there in shock.
Vorka, wake up.
Vorka strikes me as the rescuing type.
I'm going to go and get rid of this cup of coffee. It's disgusting. Back in a second.
Okay, you're there. I want to put him on hold because it's a
No, I'm back.
task.
I'm back. Minor dog emergency.
It's okay.
Vorka is going to be using a variety of powers to help. He's got stabilize for somebody who looks like they might be in trouble. He's got mage hand to help move rocks, and he's got healing for just in general, everybody stay alive kind of thing.
Sounds good to me. Go for it.
So he's going to be throwing spells left and right and center.
Yep, no problem at all.
I've got my +2, and I am going to Benny that. Oh, come on. We got plenty, so let's go some more. There we go. Yeah.
11. Very nice. Vorka clambers down the entanglement mesh and obviously uses that to great effect.
Actually, no, he's going to stay up here. He's going to stay up here doing most of that.
You technically need to get down there to do the healing, but you can either clamber.
I can do it at range spirit.
Sorry, I forgot you're a cleric. Shutting up. Be quiet. I do apologise. Right, you're up first, Walker.
Oh, I'm up first again. Okay. Having done most of the stabilizing stuff, Vorka is now going to jump across and help gather papers this
Okie
round.
dokie.
Oops, again, I forgot my +2. What? We got plenty of bennies. Let's go ahead and just burn them. That's what they're there for, right? All right. I
Okay,
guess
you
I'm only getting
successfully
one
get
success
across.
there.
Yep. No problem. And then using athletics to jump around. No problem at all. That brings us to Sassafras and Majenko.
Oh,
I'm gonna jump
Sassafras is going to
target.
continue with the telekinesis to draw the papers back. Not like that.
Oh, really?
That costs a success, doesn't it?
Just when I spent teamwork.
Yeah, that's a negative success, that is.
That is a negative success, which annoyingly you can't actually modify.
No, can't do anything about that.
No, what I meant is you can't actually modify it in the dramatic
No,
task. You
It's
can't.
annoying, isn't it? You have to just alter the next person along successes.
No, it's all right. Majenko and Orina can just help each other.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
I'm just,
you can't. Yeah, you can't do it in the actual combat.
yeah,
track,
I'm
but
just going to have to put an effect in of -1 success on Sassafras. But Majenko actually did Arena? Yeah. No, Arena's still getting. Obviously, it's because I did something funky at the start. We won't worry about Arena's cards. We'll just count your own.
What's
So-
that command to stop this thing from popping up in my face every time I touch a token? Majenko's just going to continue with collecting papers. Now it's made it a little bit harder. So he couldn't get one because, well,
You obviously you obviously miscast, and obviously all half the papers that Majenko had just pinned down that just get blown off out from under his paws.
yeah, well,
Okay, that gets us to Thaddeus, who's down on the ground floor. Went to deal with the coffee, so I'll put him on hold.
Right, hang on. No, I was just thinking about it. So whether or not, what's the dangers of the papers? Getting rid of the papers.
You're down on ground floor rescuing people.
It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I'll try and recover some of the papers that are flying out. Some of the papers are apparently blowing out the window.
How are you doing that? Oh,
Bats
catch
fly.
Oh, bats fly. Good boy.
I love the way he said that with that kind of condescending. Come on now, you know this.
I'm not being. I forgot. I didn't realize because I mean, what skill was he going to use for the record? I didn't mean how are you going to do it, because obviously it's like, yeah, he's obviously using his magical abilities and power points to control the bats. I can live with that. That's all I was asking. But yes, I did think it was funny too.
It wasn't being condescending. It was angst. I mean, you all don't understand me.
Aki. Aki went to get coffee. I get confused.
Yes, it is.
Something about the horrible coffee and.
Yeah.
Well,
see, I got them confused.
Being as nobody else has made use of it, I'm going to make use of the adventure card play that I made. I'm going to use notice to notice papers that have escaped or that are hidden in places, and athletics to capture them before they get away. So I'm using notice to support my own athletics. Therefore, that is doubled. +1 to a +2.
It is doubled from a +1 to +2. Although doing that does technically count as 2 actions, so you end up multi-actioning to support yourself, don't you?
I thought we'd agreed that wasn't the case in.
If you do it from one round over to the next round.
Okay, I see. Fine, well then I guess.
But that's
Yeah,
okay.
that
You
will
still
be a-
succeeded to get a +2.
Hmm.
You're on a no-win scenario there. Tell you what, I'll give you. It was a nice card. I feel sorry for you. Tried to use it, and everyone ignoring it. I'll just give
It's
you one.
all right.
Give you one instead.
Give me one more. Give me
I gave you a different adventure card because I feel guilty.
Okay.
So,
All right.
go on.
Thanks. That'll work then. Fine. I'll just do it.
I'll give you the +2 because I'm feeling nice. Make that a 5. I won't be. I won't. Oh, there you go then. Even better. So that's a 5.
Thank you.
Because your +2
Oh.
cancels your -2, unfortunately. Gastus.
I tried.
You did.
Okay,
You did
yeah.
try.
Gastus is going to continue to move rocks and help people get out from underneath them.
You'd be glad I wasn't moving rocks with that telekinesis.
And it's obviously a bit wobbly, and he's got to balance carefully and balance things carefully. So he's going to take his free reroll. Yay!
Hey.
I'd just like to point out, sometimes it's not funny. Sometimes it's really true that the rocks do fall and you almost die.
Mm.
I just gave you all buddies, so you could. It was a retroactive one for that. Is Aki back yet, or is he still missing? He's still missing. Okay.
Arena's still got a bit of paper stuck to her face, so was fighting with this piece of paper, trying to bat it away from her face. She's landed and doesn't realise that while she's stood on the bit of paper, no matter how hard she bats it, it's going to keep flicking back up in, and thus remains shaken.
I'm going to give Aki a 5. Give Cease Athletics to help. See if we can push that 5 up higher, but I don't think Cease will be able to do much with that. No, not on a 2. He won't. Okay, that means it's the last round of
Oh, he's going
basically.
to spend a penny on that.
Who is?
It's the last round. But
Oh,
so
right, okay.
Are we in front? Are we behind? Or between the two tasks?
You don't know. I'll tell you when he's at the end.
Do we need to do both of them at the same time?
The successes for both will count together. So it's much easier because that way you can do either task. I don't mind. You just need to get the requisite number of successes over 3 phases. Gastus, you're up first on the King of Spades.
Okay, well, on the King of Spades, I shall pretty much continue doing what I have been doing, pulling people out from underneath rocks.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Very much a case of are you selfishness? Oh, so apparently I'm supposed to emphasise the choice between selfishness and sacrifice, but I didn't think that was necessary. I think you guys have picked that up. Okay, that's a 6. That's successful. That's all good. I just typed a 67. Just gave you this. But I'll change that back to 6. Arena is still trying to assist everyone upstairs.
I wish you'd named that thing something else. I keep thinking it's me.
Well, she remains shaken, and I will change her name then. Which means Kev will have to change it on the combat tracker, but I'll come up with something else.
Wrong with Arena?
Because it sounds like Irina.
Yes, understood. Yes. I see.
I keep thinking it's my go. No, wait, I'm not here anymore.
Adios, Wild Soul.
Adios, Wild Soul.
Joint 3rd place. In the competition.
Decisions. How are we doing? We doing good or we doing bad? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I make that 14 successes, is that right?
haven't done the sums yet. I don't worry till the last round.
Well, the reason is that there is a tactical reason for this. I mean, but I won't reveal what it is. Yeah, we will roll spell casting. And we'll try to recover all the papers.
I thought that's what Leah was doing upstairs.
Yeah, he's doing it downstairs with the. He's controlling the bats from
And some
downstairs.
they had a malfunctioning spell, and some of the pages blew out the window. So
Mm.
the bats were going out, were carrying rubble out into the streets, and thought, "Oh, we better get the papers." And they're flowing up, and they're bringing the papers that have gone missing back through the window.
They're clever bats.
They are indeed. Brings us to Vorka. Looks like it might be having more dog-related issues.
Vorka is going to continue with Argina, Leia, and Majenko in trying to catch some of these papers. Bouncing around, grabbing papers. Forgot my +2.
Not saving poor NPCs downstairs. It's disgraceful.
Oh.
Oh!
I fall down the hole.
These papers are harder than hell to get your hands on, aren't they?
-1 success.
And the criticals are taking them away, aren't they?
They are indeed. That brings us to Leia. It might be tight, you know.
Well,
I'm going to use my incredible eyesight to go over there, Miko, over there. What if you a layer? Vorka next to your foot and stuff like that.
Okie dokie.
And I am going to Venny that. I want that. That is not better. That is better. There you go. 3 successes.
3 successes. That's a +3 bonus to Vorka's roll. Oh, Vorka's already been.
No, it's not bonuses. That's just, my roll.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood you.
Support.
Yes,
That
yes.
was just...
You're quite correct. I was in the wrong.
It's all right. I was
Just admit you were in the wrong.
Naughty me.
I like this. Every time you apologise, you throw bennies at me.
1, 2.
Well, you had considerably less than everyone else.
Yeah,
So.
keep guilt tripping him.
Because I spent them all making a cock up.
I used to award bennies when people corrected me on the rules, so no reason not to keep that up. Yeah, when I said something wrong and they were right and I was wrong there. That brings us to Aki.
Well, I'm going to carry on doing what I was doing. Entangling, lifting up vines, and no, I'm not having that. Let's go. I want to get a 75. It's not a 75.
Seven it is.
Okay.
And last.
And Cease is going to support me.
Go for it, Cease. Oh, if Cease only needs 1 success to push you up to 8 total. Go on, go for it, Cease. I apologise, I forgot about Cease. Give you a Benny there.
Can't believe it. Yeah, you have to give me a Benny for that. It's so mean.
For them to you.
It's a +1.
That's +1, gets you an 8. That brings us to Sassafras.
How many more do we need to collect these papers?
You don't know. I'm not allowed to tell you.
It's a secret.
Ooh! I like the fact you just assumed they're important. That might not be. It might be an even very cruel GM trick to actually make you ignore the poor people downstairs.
Okay, there's my successes.
Okay, and Majenko?
Jenko is still just trying to collect them, so another athletics.
Yeah, no, it's just 1 success from Majenko pushes you up to 20. You see, that's why I'm saying it. Because that turns you...
All the papers have now come back and resorted themselves and managed to bind themselves to the tune of the Wizard's Apprentice.
Okay, so here we go. Let's see the situation here. So, Gastus resolves with 4 successes. So that's 4 plus Thaddeus resolves with 3 successes. So that gets you to 7. Walker gets 3 successes. However, he did get -1 on that. So that gets you 2, which gets you to 9, doesn't it? Then Leia gets you up to 14. Then Aki gets you up to 19. And then Sassafras has 7, but unfortunately has to have -1 on that. So that gets you up to 25. So 25 successes. Well, 25 successes means you successfully managed to achieve rescuing everybody and get all the bits of paper back. Huzzah! Or at least
So
all
not
the
only have we rescued everyone, we've got toilet paper for them too.
Indeed.
It's not toilet paper.
On the ground floor, yep, a total of 7 successes. Yeah, you needed, yep, 7 successes. 7 successes. So you're absolutely fine. You did it beautifully. The 7 successes I miscalculated because there's 6 of you, so actually you needed more. So, but you're fine. You more than knocked it out of the park. So on the ground floor, you got your successes. Basically, you helped, so Tessura does not die. You'll be happy to know. In the attic, you managed to gather up the pages of what you now recognize. You identify as pages of the the delete. Oh, I can't even. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it right now. I can just tell. Deleterious.
It's a copy of the very tasty nom nom con.
Deleterious.
Nom nom nom.
Out of the window. Okay. You do not save enough of the grimoire for it to be useful or valuable. The remaining pages appear to be a disjointed collection. Okay, do not. Okay. If saved in time, the pages of the deleterious grimoire. Okay. So you save the deleterious grimoire, and also there is hidden amongst those pages you caught, because you were you got more successes than required. You also caught a magical scroll that was hidden within the book.
Oh, well, now I'm going to look at that scroll.
So I'm just going to move them up to the party sheet like so.
I have a new hobby. I collect scrolls.
So I'm going to tokens because you can move.
Do I know anything of the deleterious grimoire?
Yeah, I'm going to turn off line of sight and let you guys move freely around because you can move between the floors because everything's gone. I was going to. It's a copy of the infamous Poisoner's Handbook, a catalogue of poisons and related substances.
And my role was to identify the scroll.
Indeed. Obviously, now you've got you can now continue. Obviously, ironically, Gastus, what you actually was doing, apart from the fact you'll find some items here and stuff, but ironically, of course, you walking away was potentially the right thing to do to prevent the disaster occurring.
Mm.
You can feel smug about that later. Okay. Anyway, so with all that aside, but everyone sort of batched up, I just need Aki and Sassafras and Vorka to roll 2d4 and expend that many power points.
If he had stayed walked away, the disaster wouldn't have occurred because we wouldn't have had a
arena.
dragon.
Yeah. I need 2d4 power points expenditure rolls from Aki, Sassafras, and Thaddeus and Vorka.
2d6.
2d4. I'm being nice.
2d.
In an hour, all of you will get them back, but that's fine. It's just in case you might. It's just that's how many power points you expended in the in the dramatic task. Okay, with everything calming down and everything, you are free to continue exploring this area.
Okay. Real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we were finding those other flyers, it said something about present this flyer and get a free. What was it?
Well, that's a good question. That was that
Free thing at the Green Market.
Yeah, it was at the Green Market.
It was a free
yeah,
sample or
no,
something.
it was at the Unicorn, wasn't it? The Frisky Unicorn. You got those?
Yes, but they
Right,
were
right. But
offering
it was
free.
saying to go to the Green Market.
Yes, I
And
know.
it was
But
free
what,
samples, wasn't it?
yeah, but what I mean is, I need to go and find what it was. Okay. Oh yes, I see what you're saying. I was just trying to go back and find the page, but it was interesting how it was doing it. The Frisky Unicorn in the lobby, stack of flyers at the Green Market. We found on one, and then development, you parlay alternative. What's the question else about the flyers resemble the cards that Foxglove gave you, but an academic's check reveals they're forgeries. No check is required to bear the additional phrase free samples given to foreign visitors. Is the actual phrasing.
Okay. Somebody is trying to poison somebody. And since there was the shape change powder and the poisoner's handbook that you've got and the free samples at the market, something bad is going to happen at the market. So we needs to hurry back there really quick.
Except you haven't really searched this place yet. Right. But I'm just pointing out, you can go right now if you want to.
Chest over here by the windows.
I'm going to search the room, search the
No.
bookshelves.
I'm just pointing out. It will take. This place is in such a mess. It will take time to search the place thoroughly.
Unless we split up.
I guess we do need to know what kind of poison is being used, so we can get a proper antidote. So yeah, I guess we can look around a little bit first.
Or alternatively, we could search the room here, and I could have a quick look at the market at the same time.
How would you do that?
Bats.
It's daylight. They won't be very happy. I do think you might find any animals attempting to enter a place that's predominantly selling foodstuffs may well have a hard time in basically not being shooed out. But I'm not saying you can't do it, of course. Okay, if you're going to search this place, make notice checks. If you're going to go send bats somewhere else, make some spell casting rolls. Hang on, what's the range of you? I suppose you're summoning them, and then what's the duration of a summons? 10 minutes, isn't it?
It's only 5 rounds, is it not?
That's 30. Yeah, that's 30 seconds. The bats will not. You won't be able to summon and send the bats to the market in 30 seconds.
Right, you lot search the place here. I will head to the market and see if I can head off any problems that might be happening.
So while everyone's searching, I'm going to put you downstairs. As you reach the bottom of the stairs, Gastus, Tabas comes up to you.
What is it, little fella?
You saved his mummy's life, and he wants to. He's holding up his hands.
Can I have some more?
He's offering up what you suspect is one of his only possessions, a child's spinning toy, and you can see it's got a gem set into the hand. This is for you for saving my mummy.
Well, that's ever so kind of you.
Hang on, it was me who saved your mummy.
You're searching upstairs. You're searching upstairs.
I can hear this from the floorboards.
That is ever so kind of you, but if I take that, what will you have to play with?
Oh, you can play with my mummy, which I wouldn't have done if you hadn't saved her.
Now, there is no need for that, young man. Tell you what. Let's see if I can find something in my pouch here that I can give to you so you've got something else. How would that be?
I'm supposed to give you something as a thank you. You're not supposed to give me something. You've already kept me my mummy.
Well, Tell you what then. See this here, and I will point to the gemstone. That, sold to the right person, could be worth some money. And that would help you look after your mummy, wouldn't it? So, here's the best present you could give me. You look after your mummy.
Oh,
Cheers
that's
from the
lovely.
audience.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, that's okay. And then obviously you head out into the crowd. Everyone else, everyone else searching. Everyone else who stayed behind to search room. Obviously, Aki did a good enough roll to find everything. You find 2 pots of alchemical paste. Science or alchemy will be required to identify what the contents is.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm going to go big Gastus.
A masterwork star knife and a what appears to be a potion.
Check the potion.
Okay, so a go check. Does anyone want to make a alchemy or science check to try and identify the alchemical paste in the pot? Or are you going to try catching up with
Unless it's covered by academics, I don't have anything that'll help there.
Yep, science or alchemy is required here. I mean, you can obviously take it and then...
Vorka says he doesn't think it's edible.
Probably eat it. I think Vorka can eat it. Did you take the eat anything?
Oh, I probably can. Yeah, I probably can. But everybody else, probably best if they didn't.
Indeed. Right. Okie dokie. Unfortunately, I'm going to say that obviously the party was fun. Obviously, after searching the place, you'll get back there, but
I'm going to pocket the potion because they were talking about some poisoning going to happen. Probably better to have it with.
I was just reading
Cam's
it.
mouth moving on the feed there. Oh, you are actually right. I thought you'd muted yourself.
Feed? What the feed? You reading the adventure?
No, I can't read it. I can see your.
I'm joking,
It's
don't worry.
tiny.
She can see your lips flapping.
So, yes, I can see your lips moving. I told us to keep an eye on it in case we were nominated for pennies. And I think it's a very important job, so I'm taking it very seriously.
Yeah, but all you have to do is go into streaming chat in Discord.
Don't worry,
okay, don't
I
worry.
can't glean any information. It's a teeny blurry thing. It's kind of like a thumbnail.
Don't worry. I trust you lot. I mean, if you're going to do that, I can't really stop you if I'm streaming it, so I'm not going to complain. You know what I mean? But anyway, okay. Unfortunately, for narrative reasons, Gastus, it takes you considerably longer to get back because unfortunately you head by the you get caught up in a procession that comes along, and by the time you've managed to clear it, the rest of the party's not far behind you for dramatic reasons. Makes my life easier. But obviously you do get there first. Obviously you do get there first, so congratulations. I'm going to that. So customers from every district of Corvosa and beyond crowd the kiosks and surround the stores that comprise the green market, along with its vast selection of imported and domestic produce, clothing, jewellery and wine. The high-roofed barn-like building boasts several impressive features, including a central fountain, an indoor green park at its northern end, and numerous glass skylights that can be accessed and opened with ladders and extending poles. Here we go. So, yeah, the wooden walls and a 20-foot high ceiling. And during the day, the iron gates at the southern entrance are kept open. So there we go. So let's just put me. I didn't click resolve on Argina. Oh, human stream. Right. Okay, I'm going to put Gastus. Who else said they was? Someone else said they were going with Gastus, didn't they? Was it you, Thaddeus?
It was Thaddeus.
I mean, because you said the bat's only last 30 seconds, but there's only 2 of us, and if we get, and the market might be busy with lots of people, so I just figured I'd go with gases, because if push comes to shove, at least I can get an aerial view.
Hang on, I think someone buggered up the whole adventure. I didn't notice.
Who would that be?
Need to check.
Oh, a wizard done it, ran away.
There might be a warlock buggered. Yeah, a warlock's possibly buggered up the whole adventure. So I'm going to ignore what he said he was going to do last week. That's what happens when you forget things.
Oh, right. Is that me then?
Uh,
No,
So how-
which?
So how are we going to hunt? How are we going to
Oh!
hunt down?
No, sorry. I do apologise. Something happens. Well, sorry, I do apologise. You don't get to the market just yet. Something happens before that.
GM loading.
Did anyone? It's only actual fact. I'm just checking if no one of you drew the card, then I don't need to have this encounter because you only have this encounter. You haven't worked out what's going on, and Vorka worked out what's going on, so you don't necessarily need to have this encounter. But let's see if you need it.
Breathe.
Proof Hacky's done. But I don't think it matters. No, I don't need to give you. I'm
very confused.
Yeah, ignore me. Yeah, you're there. I'm not going to worry about that. It does slow things down, and you are going fast, so yeah. I'm contradicting myself. Sorry. Right. It also, actual fact, it gives me a good excuse for why Gastus and Thaddeus are delayed when everyone else catches up. So, ignore what I said about getting there. You three are rushing through the crowd, getting slowed down here and there. And as you basically come across a half-orc zealous street preacher prophesying blood and destruction in Grotus's name.
Grotus's brother.
Symbol of Grotus. Most passers-by dismiss obviously dismiss the Lord Six Creed. Basically, most people are just ignoring all the crap he's spouting. However, as you get close to him, he points directly at you, Gastus, and goes, "Blood!" He then leaps down from his barrel and offers to offer you a smear of what the future reeks. Reeks. Fair enough.
I'm going to do what I did the last time some mad street preacher said the end of the world was coming and tried to give Leia a hug. I'm going to draw my sword and point it towards him and say, "No."
He's a wild-eyed half-orc clad in bloody rags and rusty chains. Disasters past, but more yet to come, he says. You can make, obviously, I've already told you it's Grotus, so you don't need to know that. Unless you already know, you can make an academics or faith check to see what you know about Grotus, god of the end times.
He's all about breaking stuff down, isn't he?
Indeed, but do you remember what his followers do?
I can't remember specifically, no, but I will make an academics roll.
That's
You know
well, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
No, I'm going to penny it. I studied at the I studied at the Bank of Abadar.
Well, there you go. His followers often wander the world, lost in their own dark thoughts, shouting predictions and suffering of doom. It is also said they are able to read the fortunes of others by performing a unique divination ritual, which does require them to draw blood with their jagged holy symbol.
You're doomed.
So he offers again to tell what the future reeks.
Grotus isn't actually an evil god, is he?
No, the dwarf in Kingmaker, the computer game version.
Follows Grotus, yeah.
Yeah.
In which case, I will say, very well. If you're offering me Grotus's blessing, I will take it.
He basically asks you. He basically requires you to hold out your hand so he can draw your blood for the reading.
Oh,
He holds up his sharpened, holy, jagged-edged holy symbol to draw the blood.
Okay, just a moment. Let's see how Argenia feels about this, because I'm supposed to be looking after her and she's supposed to be looking after me. Okay, Argenia is going to cast Detect Arcana on herself and check him over first.
Okay.
And make sure he is what he appears to be. And if he is, she'll kind of hiss a little and then curl up on my shoulder, and I will offer him my hand.
Hey, well, she's going to hiss a little and I'll curl up on your shoulder then.
And then I will offer him my hand.
Okay, it will be uncomfortable. Obviously, cutting your weapon hand or your off weapon hand doesn't really matter. It's still going to be
especially as I'm ambidextrous and they're both my weapon hand.
But you know what I mean. I'm just going to hit you with a point of fatigue for obviously cutting your hand. Obviously, but it only obviously will, because it hurts. So he draws the blood quite more than you thought would really be necessary. Then he lets it go, cover his holy symbol. Then he smears the blood across the cobblestones to spell out the answers to 3 questions. What's your first question?
What is your name? No.
A grail stirs in the embers of war if finders tarry. What's your real question? That's the answer he's going to give you, but that's
the answer he's going to give me. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't mind. I like to think that's why I did it. I thought it was rather funny.
And I shall look at Thaddeus, look at him, and say, "What is the difference between a duck?"
Here's fall on fruit if finders tarry.
Who are the finders?
One gold tooth bites and the green place turns red if finders tarry.
Yes. Got that somebody's going to poison somebody at the green market, and it's probably this girl called Goldtooth. Thank you very much for that. We knew that already. Does Grotus actually give anything of use?
No. No. That's what he tells you. Here you go.
Well, that was fantastically unuseful, but thank you for your time, sir. My hand really hurts.
Up another 5 minutes. I'm happy with it.
I was going to say, I don't think he cleaned that. So, yeah, there's no telling what you just...
No, it's going to be fine because I have somebody that can cast innate healing.
Yes, you have.
And she'll and because it was bumps and bruises, it can be fixed by anything that can do healing. So she'll come down and fix my hand for me.
There you go. No problem at all. Right. Which, fortunately, the main reason for all that is an excuse to have you all arrive at the place at the same time, because obviously it's more fun that way, isn't it? For me, anyway.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Right. So we need to find this gold tooth person who's probably disguised as a Chilaxian, I would imagine.
Right. The green market is congested with customers noisily browsing, gossiping, and haggling with merchants. Okay, when basically we get to treat this entire. Right, hang on. I need to turn off that. Okay. Okay, so I need to. I'm just turning off the snap degree because I know it annoys people.
And I think my conviction probably expired.
Yep, everyone. Basically, because you took time to search and get back, your conviction has expired. But you all get anybody who's expended power points will obviously get all your power points back. Okay. So, where was I? I got myself distracted. All squares right. Basically, as you move inside the market, it's crowded, except squares occupied by stalls and other large objects. Therefore, moving through the market counts as difficult terrain for the purposes of calculating movement. But it's very crowded and popular in here. Yes.
Okay, then she'll do. Then she'll do that, and she'll cast it on Gastus.
Okay. It would be pointed out that numerous people will have magical.
Yes, but not many people will be covered in illusion magic, and I have enough occult knowledge that I might be able to identify somebody that is covered in illusion magic.
It really comes down to can they cast major or minor detect arcana, I'm going to say, to give you that level of discernment.
Minor.
So I'm going to say you can't get that level of, unfortunately she's not that powerful to get that level, but it of course means you can eliminate people who aren't glowing in any way from magic. So I'm going to say that makes your life easier. Okay.
Well, let's get to Ziva Foxglove, shall we? I know it's going to take some time getting through the crowd, but
where was I? So it will take you all some time. So I'm going to say you get to cancel. I'll cancel the move. I'm going to get you to there. I'm going to get you to there before you can actually see your targets. I'll let everyone else get to there because I'm not. There.
Okay. Somebody can hear me now.
Yes.
I can hear you now.
It's because I'd adjusted the sensitivity so nobody could hear your big mouth.
Well, it's always my fault, isn't it?
Right. Okay. So, obviously, going through the crowd, you moving through the crowd. I need some notice checks. I know you can see them on the map, but you need to spot them. So, you can all make notice checks. Leia, Gastus, Lucas, Asphras. You do spot. I've lost where it is. Yeah, do spot.
What did we spot?
Ziva Foxglove.
Mm-hmm.
You do spot Ziva Foxglove. She appears to be talking to an old lady.
Is the old lady looking very magic?
No. Well, yes, actually, she probably is.
Oh, it's her.
Is that the old lady that don't like us?
Mm-hmm.
It is. I've lost her portrait. I don't know where it's gone. But if you hover over it, you can see. You should let you. Oh, Let me hover over her.
Is that the old lady I bit in the face?
No, because you didn't get to. I didn't let you. I had to retcon the fact that you didn't. I wouldn't let you bite it because otherwise it buggers up the whole adventure. But it is the woman from. It is the woman from the hotel.
But the funny thing is, right, because it's a hindrance, isn't it, of mine? So.
Right, well, there you go. She appears to be in deep conversation with someone you recognise.
Yeah, so the bit that we reconned was I'm vengeful, and she said that she ate cat. So I just thought something about behaviour was fair play and decided to have a munch on her. Which is fair enough, you know what I mean? So I thought the next time she goes out, or when she wakes up, because she'd been knocked out by vodka, I thought it would be nice if she woke up and had teeth marks all over her face.
Okay, you weren't biting in the traditional sense. Well, obviously she's magically.
I didn't want to kill her, but I was
No,
going
that's
to.
fine.
I wanted
Well,
to
yeah.
maul her,
Yeah.
leave tooth marks all over her face.
Yeah, funny actually, Gas. There's the woman that Ziva's talking to, that lady Callstar. She appears to Callstar. She definitely appears to have magic, and it seems to be mostly focused upon her face.
Right. Okay.
Well, because she was talking about eating things and eating animals and I just thought the next time she looks in the mirror, she's going to be covered in tooth marks.
Again, isn't it? Have I seen her?
Yeah, she made some comment to Lear about eating cats, and I just took umbrage at that.
That's pace 12 to get there.
I decided to have a nibble.
Well, okay, I'll only go 3 then, as I'm pushing my way through the crowd.
Okay.
Ah, Lady Quellstar, how wonderful to see you again.
She looks up and scowls at you and basically goes, you've got 6 seconds. What are you doing in your 6 seconds?
I'm doing that.
It's okay. She looks up and with absolute disgust when she recognises you.
Right, she's real.
Vorka. Advancing
Vorka
3
is also
inches.
going to push through the crowd a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is time to drop some. Oops, nope, don't do that. Do this. Time to drop some protection out here. Doop 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 doop. Doop doop doop. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus the base. Doop 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 doop. 9 and 3 is 12. Everybody's well within range. I'm going to add a. Let's add a hurry to that as well. So 13 points worth of. Oh, wait, and adaptable caster so that it's not obvious. I'm going to turn off all my hearts and I'm going to cast deflection on everybody, giving everybody a bonus versus being chopped. I think I forgot to apply that to myself.
Sassafras. Okay. Thaddeus. Okay. I don't think I'm afraid Thaddeus is using help will help him much, unfortunately.
Do what?
Okay, everybody's harder to hit with punches and knives and such. And I have 1 PowerPoint left right now. Let us spend some. Let us spend some bennies to get some of that back.
Yes. I need to do.
And then, since you're doing stuff, I will not end my turn.
Need to yeah, good. Oh, what the hell happened there? Okay, that's good. Right. That brings.
I forgot to hang on just a second. I forgot to add the move faster bit to everybody.
That's okay. Be my guest. I haven't moved on. I haven't moved on the tracker yet.
Doopy doop doop doop. Everybody gets hurry. There we go.
Which means everyone gets an extra square of extra inch of movement in this difficult terrain. Okie dokie.
Okay. Now I'm done.
Okay, and then that gets us to yeah.
What is she doing out of jail? I'm giving her whole action, seething and holding myself back from going and whacking her into the stall head first.
You not remember I told you she was rich, powerful, and was head of a big trade fleet. 3 guesses
You
what she's.
didn't pay that. You didn't tell Leia that.
That's fine. What are you doing?
I think Leia is just seething. That's it.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, so
I thought
that's
you were giving
absolutely
a
fine.
full action
That's
spirit.
okay.
She eats the children of other creatures, and I got her arrested for that. And what? Less than 2 days later, she's out buying vegetables. No,
2 hours later.
Less than half a day later.
Less than half a day later. Yes, it's all the same day. It's been an impressive day.
Deflection and protection are 2 different powers, and they can be used together, right?
That is correct.
Okay, well, Sassafras, seeing what Vorka had done, is going to move up a little bit.
Okay. Be my guest.
She's going to target everybody. It's not targeting.
Oh, I've just decided what I'm going to do. This is going to be fun.
Okay, I just got a big bullseye over you, and it stopped me from doing anything. You, and myself.
Showing you've got Gastus, Agena, Vorka, and Leia at the moment.
Okay, that's. I should have had it. I want to target everybody, both of the drakes.
Look, the little flag at the top that says target friendly units. That will target everyone automatically. I can do it for you if you
I
want.
didn't used to have that fancy bit. That's new.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's okay.
Something weird's going on. It seems to be doing all the targeting from Leia, not you. So hang on.
Yeah, it's but
It's
that
just
started
still on me on the
happening
combat tracker.
It wasn't.
Earlier.
after she put that black ring around her. It
Really?
started messing me up.
Right. Okay. Then you probably don't want Ziva on that, so let's take her off. So you've got Aki, you've got Cease, you've got Gastus, you've got Agena, you've got Leia, you've got yourself, you've got Majenko, you've got Thaddeus, and you've got Vorka. Is that everyone you were trying to target? Is anyone you take off?
Majenko and Arjuna.
Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 additional targets.
So everybody is blue.
Okay, so she cast. I will Benny that. That's better, and that puts protection on everybody.
That lovely protection button off. Let it go mad. I know you
It's
did.
going. Learning.
He's jumped up.
That makes us fairly tough between me and Vorka.
Okay, well, Aki's jumped
I
up the
have
combat
bugs
tracker.
crawling on me.
I'm gonna
Brings
cast
us
smite
to
on.
Aki.
I'm casting smite on a few people. Oh, so close, but that'll do. Okay, just a boring.
On me. Okie dokie. Ah, right.
Then I'll move to there. I think.
You got a pace of 8 at the moment. Your pace.
My pace is
7. 8.
Yeah.
Your pace is 7. So yeah, you can get to. No. The whole point is each square counts as 2 inches. So you can get to there. Half you get.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to go as far as you wanted to. Is the point I'm trying to make, because the place is very, very, very crowded. That brings us to Thaddeus. Oh, Cease. You have Cease running over the top of the crates. That will cause chaos. The stall liners will be
Under
most
the crates.
upset.
Under the
Under the crates? I'll allow under the crates. I'll allow under the crates.
The crates, and Cease has got a.
Okay, so 2 inches to get to there. Yeah, Cease can get to there. Righty ho.
Oh, yeah, so Thaddeus, yes. I take it's only half movement because of the heavy terrain.
It is indeed.
So we can move 4 then, yeah?
You can move 4 squares. Yes, you can.
Because we've got haste on us.
You can indeed. Need to read what happens if you kick stuff off. If violence erupts, the crowd surges away from danger at the rate of 5 inches per round. Unless otherwise directed, it takes a successful persuasion check or an intimidation -2 check as a free action to affect the crowd's movement. Okay, so I need some crowd tokens to get in because they'll get in the way of things. I think it's more you'll need persuasion. It's more you need persuasion or intimidation free actions to get people out of your way to let you move quicker. Is how I actually meant to interpret that.
Right. So anyway, I move through the crowd, and as I get by the cart of food, I'm going to take an item of food off the cart and go, "Hello, remember me?" And I will throw it at lady. I will basically pelt her with a piece of fruit, hopefully as a test.
That'll be extreme range, so athletics at -8. Hang on. 3, 6. No. Sorry, long range -4.
Well, narratively, games wise, yes, but narratively, you actually rolling shooting.
Still at -4 is what I'm saying.
What, for a test?
Still about the range. A potato doesn't suddenly be able to become a huge projectile just because it will stop someone at a dramatic moment when they're trying to steal the boat and murder a child, regardless of what certain writers of certain D&D movies would have you believe. Yeah, go on.
It's a magically propelled potato.
Go on then.
Carried by a bat. So So yeah, I'm just going to walk up. I'm just trying to distract her from whatever she's doing. But anyway, it may be irrelevant because it might completely miss. She still has to make a roll, doesn't she?
She does indeed.
So basically, this is a test, is what you're doing.
I know. I'm just winding him up. I'm just being mean.
The two of them are talking there, right? And she's upset me in the past, and I'm just going to take her up. I mean, that's fighting talk. Nobody's actually done anything. We've cast protection and stuff and everything else, and I'm just going to hit her with a piece of fruit.
Okay, that's fine.
See how they react.
It's absolutely fine. You want to throw a piece of fruit at the person who hired you to prevent disaster happening in her place of establishment. That's fine. Go for it.
No, it was a lady. It was a lady who
Lady Clawface.
How did she end up hiring us?
No, her and Ziva are talking amiably to each other.
I just don't like her.
Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind.
She ate animals. She said she ate animals and avenged them, so I'm going to hit her with a piece of fruit.
Well, God, make your roll.
No, I've made my rolls a 6. I'm sitting on the 6.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice. I didn't realise
okay,
that.
You gave me a penny.
I did not realise. That's got to be agility, hasn't it, to avoid a piece of lobbed fruit?
Well, no, I rolled spellcasting.
Still trying to dodge a piece of fruit.
They're still trying to dodge a piece of fruit.
Is it not a smarts check? Is it not?
Oh, it'd still be agility to dodge a piece of fruit.
Right. Okay. Technically, no.
Well, anyway, I'll roll smarts if you want. She's got better smarts. She's elderly. But it doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't make any difference.
So, are you making her distracted or vulnerable?
Well, they've still got to go, haven't they? So I'm going to leave her. I'm going to make her distracted.
You're going to make her distracted. Okie dokie. They're going to
act before us. I just thought I'd interrupt her conversation by hitting them with a piece of fruit.
Okay, Ziva so Lady Coolstar cries out in shock and surprise. Ziva's basically very confused by what's going on. Okay, Lady Coolstar is in a very distracted state at this point. I need everyone to make a notice check, please.
I would say if it's to do with her, I get a +2. If it's to do with anything except
Sassafras,
I'll probably get a -4.
Sassafras gets a +2 bonus to this notice check and gets for a free reroll. Yeah, at the moment you got a 7 Sassafras, but you get a free reroll to get a 13. Oh no, that was you targeting, but that's okay. Oh, someone just did a load of. Someone's obviously had somebody targeted so I got loads of bloody test rolls there. Who hasn't? Right, okay, this is going to be a nightmare.
Sassafras got everybody targeted.
And I've just cleared all my targets. So now did I need to roll?
You get to make a notice check with a +2 bonus and a 3 re-roll. So you've already done the 5, so you get a free re-roll to see if you beat a 7. Don't worry, I'm not having to go at who did it. It's software. So you basically, you get a 7 or a 5. So the 7's fine. Okay, so basically speaking, what happens is that all of you do see through the crowd and pouring a liquid onto the crate of blonde berries in front of where Lady Coolstar is, and then moving off into the crowd.
Moves off into the crowd.
The person who had a hand was attached to moves off into the crowd. Just as Lady Coolstar reaches down into, as Ziva's obviously suggesting, she tries some of the product, and Lady Coolstar reaches down and picks up one of the blonde berries.
I'm intrigued. See what happens.
Does anyone
I'd rather test it on?
She's rather, yeah. Unfortunately, she's also a bit distracted because at this point someone hits her in the face with a piece of fruit. Basically, yeah. Or it probably misses her rather than hits her. So there we go. You do lose as the crowds move around. You do lose sight of the woman that poured the liquid, which brings us to everyone's acted this.
So, I mean, is she going to eat that then, is she?
Yep.
Who they're trying to poison. That was a poison they dumped.
Do you know what? I'm inclined to just walk off and leave this now. You know that?
Oh, I don't
Is
mind
that
Lady
bad?
Quallstar.
Is that bad saying that? Is that bad saying that?
Don't mind Lady Quallstar eating them. I'm going to stop anybody else though. That'd be rude.
It should be pointed out. I will allow some common knowledge rolls.
She's an important person. We can't just let her die.
Did he just put himself on hold? Yes, he did.
Effort of making it happen.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and that Sassafras is obviously taking another card to move up. As I said, she's an important
role, but I think I know the answer anyway.
It would be an international incident if Lady Quallstar. She's not so much a head of state. She's a very rich and powerful individual with a very large trading fleet. It would cause economic, and there would be economic problems, and probably even. It doesn't actually tell me which country she's from, and we won't worry too much about it now. But basically, it's the type she's important enough and is related to enough rich people that a military blockade of the port of Corvosa would definitely be put into effect, which of course would cause more pain and suffering to the people of Corvosa, who are only just recovering from all the rioting that's been going on.
I have a cunning plan. Hey, what, Bill?
Okay, with the difficult terrain, how far can I actually get on that run?
You will get to move 4.5 inches.
I'd just like to point out we do have poison antidote on us.
You do indeed.
I have several, but that's not the point. I'm going to run up next to Augenia and Gastus, and I'm going to try to use telekinesis to force it out of her hand. Can I do that?
You most certainly can. You most certainly can try. Yes. Ironically speaking, what I was going to, I was obviously because she's distracted. She made it harder for Lady Quallstar to hear anyone because someone threw a piece of fruit at her.
Yeah, but I just used telekinesis to knock it out of her hand, and I'm yelling to her, "Don't eat that! Don't eat that!"
Okay,
which is with the neutralized poison potion.
That's okay. So I'm going to say you got to raise. So let's sort this one out. Now we did this the other day. We did this in Ripper's episode.
D12 strength versus her strength opposed.
It is, but I was just about to. I was about to just add in telekinetic strength as a skill on Jelsa. You then open up and you make that a strength ability, and then I do it again and make that raise, and then I do a D12 on that. You end up with 2 extra skills. But now, if you look on your character sheet,
yeah, I'm seeing them.
Yeah, so you basically you target Lady Quallstar and roll your D12 your telekinetic strength with a raise.
You do what?
We worked this out in Rippers the other day. It works really well. So if you want to, if you're using your telekinesis to do a test, yeah, what you do is you create a skill called telekinetic strength, for argument's sake. You need 2, one for D10 and one D12. If you open up the skill after you create it and mark it as a strength-based skill, when you then use that to test a target, it will treat it as an opposed strength check. Isn't that brilliant?
That is cool.
So Lady Quallstar almost prevented you from yanking the fruit out of her hand, Jelsa. But fortunately, it turns out to be a good thing that someone distracted her. So you yank the poisoned blonde berry out of her hand while shouting, "It's poisoned! It's poisoned!" Okay.
She elderly. Does her strength go down from that as well?
Yeah,
she still failed, but yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
actually,
strength rolls do have a -1 to them if you're elderly.
Yes, it did. I don't think it factored that in, did it? which is interesting, but that's okay. So at this point, everything gets interesting. Let the Benny's looking scarce. Let the Bennies flow again. Bennies can go. I was only joking about not letting you have one, by the way, Jiminy. You know that.
Which way
It was
did
so mean to me. I know.
Frank was
So
gonna
mean.
start flying to find that person that ran
You get
that
yeah. You can make a free. Basically, obviously, free actions you can make as a free action for people. You can make a notice check to try and spot the person.
Talon said the wrong thing. I think Talon was trying to say let the bennies flow and all. There's another set.
Well, I'm sure he was, but I think he made the fact that I think he was actually talking about the fact I just spent multiple bennies on the NPCs, and obviously he was implying I needed a benny, not you lot. Okay, but Jaco can't see anything. Right now, next is Lady Coolstar, which means I'm going to see if we can interrupt Lady Coolstar. With my okay, let's see if I can interrupt Lady Coolstar. Well, actually, it's an NPC, so I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm going next. Your first strike. Justice.
Do I have first strike? No, I do not have first strike.
In that case, someone steps out from the crowd and swings a rapier at you. But you, with your magical deflections and everything else, you just parry the attack. He appears to be a Scansy mercenary.
Oh dear, says Gastus. This is not going to be fun.
And then I'm going to take this one off hold. And step out towards Aki.
Use my intimidating shout. Oh, sorry, wrong one.
You just dodge efficiently out of the way. Mercenary 5 can come off hold as well. That 1, 2, 3 inches only gets him to there. Oh, he's going to have to try and push his way through the crowd. Yes, he gets the extra. He gets the 8 inches he needs to attack Leia from behind. Missing. And I think we'll do number 6 can come off hold as well. We'll only get to move 3 squares though. It's him to there. There we go. He should be there. That's enough for that, and that brings us down to. So Lady Clawstar's basically looks shocked at Ziva as the thing moves away and goes, "What on earth is going on?" Okay.
Eva was encouraging her to eat them berries, wasn't she?
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't mean Ziva knew it was poison. That was kind of done sleight of hand from somebody in the crowd.
There.
Maybe.
Yeah, because she was being encouraged to eat those, that's where they put the poison.
Maybe.
Ziva Floxglove realizes here's your cry, sees you lot, realizes something's up, and casts protection on Lady Clawstar. Possibly critically failing. No, she fails to cast, but I shall spend one of my GM bennies to see if I can successfully protect Lady Clawstar. Obviously, we don't.
Excellent. She's fully protected now.
We don't want anything bad happening to her because we all like her, don't we?
Not hate her, but on the other hand, we're trying to prevent the disaster, and we like Ziva.
I do quite like the fact that it's a case of you got to save the life of someone who's absolutely deplorable for political reasons. So she gets tough. Lady Clawstar gets section +2, doesn't she? Wonderful stuff. That brings us to Thaddeus. At which point I'm going to say basically the crowd, obviously with Thaddeus and Aki being attacked, the crowds start all around you starts running and screaming, and it's absolute chaos. So basically, you can make a free persuasion check or intimidation check as a free action. If it is successful, you are able to get people out of the way to negate the what's the word I'm looking for? Difficult terrain. That's just whatever it is. Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of the difficult. I'm going to get rid of the difficult terrain for everybody. And the 2 mercenaries can bugger off as well.
As you mentioned, it's going.
So
Not stingy for them.
that doesn't quite get all 3 though, does it? Does it?
All free what?
Mercenaries.
Which mercenaries? Sorry, the circle hadn't moved. It was over. It was in the middle of nowhere, so I was very confused. That only gets one of them. Hang on. Yeah, it only gets one of them. You move it northwards, you can catch 2 of them.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit kind of.
You might as well drop it down. You might as well drop it down a size, because you can get the 2. You can get one attacking Gastus and the one attacking Aki.
Yeah, I mean, let the bennies flow.
Do we want to get rid of them as well? Yes. This might end up in a chase, though. I might ruin your encounter here. Yeah, let's drop it there. I'll just tell everybody to go away, and I'm going to eat them.
I think you noticed I didn't give him a penny.
Yeah, everybody go away. I'm going to eat you.
you know me well enough to know I'm not really doing that, don't you? I know. I know. Just say, how selective are you being on that, Thaddeus?
Mean bastard.
Okay. Are you treating Lady Coolstar as friendly? That's what I'm really coming down to here. Because obviously you're being selective. So obviously you want it to affect all the people under the burst template that are members of the public. You want it to affect the 2 mercenaries. I'm assuming you don't want it to affect the party. I'm assuming you don't want it to affect Ziva Floxlove. Do you want it to affect Lady Coolstar? Coolstar.
Yes.
You want to make her run off in fear. Are you affecting Ziva as well?
The funny thing is...
No. We're trying to protect her. Don't make her run away.
Do it.
Okay, right.
As much as we would love to put her in jail, we are trying to protect her at this point.
No, to hell with it. Frighten her out of her mortal soul.
But she's panicked. She's panicked, and therefore she's running. Unfortunately, that means she's actually running straight. She's running straight towards the person who tried to poison her and has realised it's failed. Literally.
This will make the terrain clear, won't it, if everyone runs off?
They don't run because running doesn't affect spirit. Oh yeah, well yeah, it will clear things up. It's going to cause a mass panic. So basically, at the end of this round, at the end of this round, the end of this round, apart from the people that get trampled by the fear spell that's just been cast, you'll have a clear. The area around you will be clear. Yes.
Yeah. So I'd just like to point out, as Vorka just mentioned, right? Scaring her is a really, really bad idea, but I don't care. She's bad.
Justice, you're up, sir.
Well, this guy just came and poked me with something that he shouldn't have done, and I'm very annoyed with this.
Yes.
But let's see how our Genchi is feeling about that, because she might go first. No, she's not bothered. She's distracted by the food. So she's going to flit over here and land on something that isn't poisoned and start eating. And Gastus will take a step to the right. And draw his rapier, and as he draws it, slam the hilt up into the face of Scani Mercenary number 3. And I think I'm going to be annoyed enough to put a wild attack on, because it's... Yeah, there's lots of people around and they need to be looked after. And taking these people out as quickly as possible is probably the best way to do it. Right, so that's my rapier going into his face. Or possibly not. I think we should re-roll that then.
That's the area of
Better.
that's the area of no panics people that have moved away from. You know what I mean?
So the people that are targeted, do they not make fear rolls?
Yeah,
Including mercenaries?
they made their spirit checks. The only person that failed the spirit check was Lady Falstair
Right.
and all the public.
And all the public.
Yeah. There's chaos screaming. Oh, there's chaos and screaming everywhere. Quite a lot of screaming. You also hear the odd crunching of bones, and there is the odd body falling on the floor from the trampling.
Oh, we'll Benny that as well. Well, it looks like I'm only getting a hit on him. Oh, we can do better than that. Come on, we'll give it another go. No, looks like he's just getting shaken.
Okay, I should. Let's not worry about it. Okay.
One of them's
you
got a wound, don't they?
They do. I'm going to apply that. Hang on. Oh, Thaddeus moved. That's fine. Okay, so you wound one of them and shake the other. Okay. One's taken one wound, the other is shaken.
That'll do. On to Leia.
Well, Leia can go first, or I'll go.
You've already been. You cast fear.
I'm just going to go again.
Right. Hold up. Before you do that, I'm going to attempt to interrupt you.
Going to interrupt you. All right. Okay. Someone's interrupting someone, are they?
I just thought
This is where I come in.
I need an athletics check from you, Thaddeus.
Athletics check.
You're lucky they didn't hit. They were sneak attacks that missed you last turn. Okay, you get to go first.
Right. Let's see if I can undo this. My vengeance has got us. My hindrance has got us in trouble.
That's you. I've done before. Attempt to interrupt you as well. Why not?
So
Need to beat a 7. Oh! No, I get to go first.
You don't. I'm going to interrupt.
Oh, of course, you're a Joker, aren't you?
Yeah.
Gosh darn it! Sorry. Okay, so Aki interrupts my successful interrupt.
Yeah, exactly. None
Right,
of you,
so-
none of you's interrupting me, you feckers.
So yeah, so Aki, then you, then me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to move the tracker around manually. Aki, then you, then me, then whoever's next on the combat tracker. Okay, Aki, what are you doing?
Tell you what, just as well this isn't supers, it would get really complicated.
Doing that first, and then I'm going to cast Entangle on that thing up there.
Yeah, she's out of range.
She's not. I'm spending the points on it.
Double range will be in range. So yeah, that's successful casting in range. I accept.
Yeah, so that's 4 points.
So she's automatically entangled.
I will apply the effect. Hang on. Is it entangled? It's entangled.
Just entangled.
Entangled.
You didn't state
Toughness.
you were making it any stronger or anything, so it's an entangled toughness 8. You've got to say it before you cast. Okay,
Yeah,
so you.
yeah, I'll just, yeah.
Okay.
Now it's Catty's turn, and the floor is clear now, isn't it?
Inside the circle. Inside the circle's clear.
Most of that will be cease running. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets to there without having to run. But then obviously hits the crowd. That's enough to get there. Yep, no problem at all. Doing anything else when you get there?
Yes.
Just asking before I moved on and interrupted my your interruptive
Don't
interrupt.
move on yet.
My brain hurts.
Mine does. This is as bad as they'd be bent over on Sunday with I can't remember what it was situation was, but I was never been so wound up in a good way. I think ever. I just wanted to go away and cry somewhere with laughter. That is. 2 wounds. Your first attack, and then another wound. That's not very nice.
I know. That's what cats do, though.
Indeed.
Showing to see mean
you
things with
inferring?
weird names up. Slice things up for food.
Yeah, that's her fault. Okay, so
I passed my go. I don't know who's next.
yeah, well, that's what you really ought not to pass goes until I've actually sort of done
Sorry.
dealing with the applying of the damage and soaks and everything, you know. Historic.
Sorry,
But you can claim £200.
Touche.
I'll use my get out of jail card.
Okay, so one wound is taken. Another one of my bennies fails. She's got her own, so she's one of hers. Okay, it looks like she's taking 2 wounds out of that. Okay, next we're up to him. He gets to go next. He is going to run. Getting 10. Just enough to get him to attack range of Thaddeus, who was attempting to run forwards and get, but his attack basically he obviously actually I forgot to make his athletics check first there, didn't I? Yeah, he doesn't actually make it to you. He actually crashes clambering over the carts and therefore never even gets to you.
Land on some of the poison berries and actually die.
Might have done that if he critically failed. Okay, that brings us to Thaddeus next.
It depends. He might have been poisoned with hallucinations. You might think you're being attacked by a bunch of rabid rats or something.
Indeed.
Right, here's a one. Here's a weird one. Right, anyway, so I've already moved.
Yeah.
This is epic. Right, we're going to do something really weird. She's now Jezebel's
Damn, I
is
do forgot
gold
to
is
do something.
bound and she can't move. So she's going to have to break free. But she can still take an action against an adjacent opponent.
Indeed. As a fact, I forgot something very
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Okay.
What I was going to do was I was going to cast darkness on her, right?
Mhm.
So she would be -6 to hit anybody, and she couldn't move out of the darkness because she's stuck in place.
Okay.
So she would be in the dark. She'd have to escape to get out of the zone of darkness. And then,
Talking about jelly.
Yeah, and then the time that she wasted doing that, the person she's trying to kill who's scared would have ran away. And while I'm thinking all that, I've seemed to have forgotten to cast the spell.
Okay. What I forgot to do on Gel Goldtooth's turn, because I forgot all about it, but it doesn't really matter because she got entangled anyway, but it does sort of decide things. She basically activates her ability of letting fate decide. And the party, you get to choose whether she draws the avalanche or the uprising. So I'm going to say vote avalanche. And if you want her to draw the avalanche ticket, if you want her to draw uprising, put a cross. She has to draw one or t'other of those two cards.
Okay. Do we know what? Do we know this is going to happen in advance, and do we know what each one is?
It's just she actually lets the Harrow deck decide her fate, apparently. So I just tell you which of the two cards you pick. What was it?
Okay.
So avalanche or what?
Uprising.
Uprising.
If you have an
Or
avalanche, all the
uprising.
fruit are going to fall on her head. And if it's an uprising, then a spike's going to come out of the ground and kill her.
Weird and literal.
It looks at
That's my simplified version of what really is going to happen.
So as it stands at the moment, obviously, if it's a tie, I will randomly pick up one of the two cards.
I'm just
At the
trying to
moment,
pick which one sounds the most depressing.
Uprising.
That's the thing with tarot cards. It usually means the opposite of what it says it does.
I'm
going for avalanche.
Avalanche is a tick, isn't it?
Avalanche is a tick. Uprising is a cross. It's the easiest way to do it.
I might just make it a cross just to make it.
Yeah, if you make it a cross, that's absolutely fine because then it just becomes it will literally become a dice roll to decide which card she draws. I just like obviously I didn't write the invention. This is a Pazer adventure, and it is the case that I love the idea the party decides the fate of the NPC they're up against.
Oh no, it's a Stay Push Marshmallow Man. What am I thinking? Yeah, so yeah, we're going to get killed by the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Who has? Okay, so here we go. So odds, avalanche, evens, uprising. Odds it is. Okay.
Avalanche.
Avalanche. Okay.
I'll seem fair to leave it to a dice roll.
That makes her more athletic.
Decided.
You'll gain bonuses on all athletics checks, and including climbing. And it also decides how she will try to leave the place. Yeah, basically. Uprising could have been a bit more interesting, so it's probably a good thing that you didn't pick that one. She gets to stop being she starts being I've forgotten his name.
Robin Hood.
No, from X-Men.
No,
No, the one that throws cards. No,
Gambit.
the Huxley. Gambit. Yeah, she starts throwing poisoned harrow cards as a weapon, but you picked Avalanche, so that's okay. It just the only point is the point is it does affect what she does for the next. It does affect what she does for the next 5 rounds. The easiest way to do that is basically, for all intents and purposes, she casts boot traits athletics on herself. Basically, what happens, as opposed to she just chooses to. The cards tell her to flee as opposed to stand and fight. That's what you've done there, basically.
If the next 3 rounds take as long as the last 2 have, then I doubt that's going to happen.
I doubt it as well, but we'll see what's happening. I've lost the powers deck. There we go. It's right in front of me. No wonder I could see it. Sorry. We'll get there. I'm sorry. Right. Boost trait 1 die. 2 die, 1 die rather, and that should be
But
athletic.
did I
Okay.
take fatigue damage for that little
You did indeed. Okay, and that
So
brings
that's
us
like
to.
fatigue
You've
damage?
already got fatigue.
Right, okay. It
I
was
want-
yeah, so I thought she's bound. Let's cast darkness on her, and then she can't move,
No.
and the other person gets to run away.
Okay, and I believe now that means that after all the interrupts, we get delayer, and hopefully now the combat will go a bit faster. Everyone who can interrupt everyone else is stopped being interrupted. Yeah, it's a big
If
complicated
somebody's
encounter. This one.
come up behind me and attacked me, I think it's only fair to get off me, you nasty person, you.
Okay, you hit
Yes,
them.
you are.
It was a very complicated round. Sorry about that. Right, he's shaken, which means you can move if you wish to. The crowd's still streaming past you at the moment.
Yes, I'm going to jump on top of this. Nope, hang on, I'm going to get a page full of errors.
If you stay inside the red circle, you don't have any you don't have any penalties on your movement.
Okay, right. Well, I was just going to jump from store to
Cool.
store, staying above people.
I like it. Athletics. That's a free action because that's movement. That movement is a free action. Just to see if you trip and fall flat on your face. No, you're successful. That's absolutely fine. That brings us, last but no means least, to Vorka.
Okay, Vorka is going to run and try and get people out of his way.
It's
Is that
getting
the crowd?
bigger.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just working out.
Throbbing.
I was just checking I could move the area of cleared space.
Yeah. Okay, it's too late now. The image is there.
Or the big red throbbing thing in between it.
Okay, there you go.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, Vorka, yeah, you're perfectly able to just get people out the way as you move all the way up there.
And this person is going to get smacked.
Okie dokie. Lethally or non-lethally?
We're going to go non-lethally, but she's going to get smacked.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I have to award a Benny for that one.
Oops. There we go. There we go. Let's Benny that. That's kind of a crappy roll. Still kind of a crappy roll.
I was going to say, you can always do that.
Oh yeah, conviction.
That's a hit. Roll for damage. It's a hit with a raise as well. Oh dear.
Definitely Bennying that. Crying out loud.
That's a wound. I think she's already taken
Is it?
2.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, it's only 1 wound apparently.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna Benny that. I am gonna Benny that. There we go. Smack her upside the head.
Okay, she's definitely going to attempt to soak that. She soaks 2 of them, but it's still not enough. She is knocked out. She is knocked out, so I shall put her on hold, but she's still there, but she's unconscious. New round. Okay, now at the start of the round, the crowd, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, we don't need that anymore. The crowd's basically running in all directions, so you're clear, so you're okay on that score. New round begins, and Aki gets to go first.
Excellent.
As I mentioned, anyway, I'm going to go and get some refreshment. If I get hit, soak for me.
Certainly.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? He's done enough spellcasting. He's going to hit this mofo.
So you've been interrupted.
What?
Wait, okay. You attack but miss. We'll come back to you if you want to re-Benny that, but don't hold far now because Gastus decided to Q jump.
I did. I decided I wanted to go before these guys unshake.
Fair enough. Go for it.
Right, so let's have a go at that one.
He's trying to take Aki's kills.
Teach him.
No, well, we can't be having that.
They're very well trained in using rapiers, it would appear.
They are.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be one heck of a good parry and riposte and all that. Halfway through the fight, you both admit you don't fight left-handed. You swap over to your right hands and carry on the fight.
Absolutely.
It's Christmas again.
It is my favourite film ever.
Ironically, the reason we watched it was because the day before we watched Once Upon a Deadpool.
Right. Yeah.
What movie?
Which I'd never seen, and I thought, oh, what the hell, we'll watch. I know it's just Deadpool 2, PG with all the swearing taken out of the way, but I did enjoy it.
Yes. But it is still very cool.
Yeah.
Well, he's unharmed. We can't have him being unharmed. We cannot have him not being hurt by that at all. That's just not on. So let's.
Maybe your heart isn't it. Maybe you need to sort of. Oh, maybe you don't need a conviction after all.
There we go. That's better.
Hey.
Well, I'm not going to cast any spell. I'm not going to use my sickle at all then.
I'm going to be really nice and pretend you never actually made your attack roll, Aki, so you can pretend
you
got.
About. That was just all imagination.
Exactly, yeah.
What I was planning to do, and then.
And then someone just comes and you're just thinking, well, I'll do this, and this, and then Gastus just goes stabby stab, and it all goes out the window.
He's better at stabbing than me anyway. I mean, I'm rubbish at stabbing.
Yeah.
And then Argenia flaps all up in that Skarni's face.
Getting a raise. That means creative combat didn't kick in, did it?
No, it didn't, because Argenia is an NPC.
NPC, yeah.
So we'll just leave him being.
Oh! Argenia causes him to lose his whole turn.
We're going to leave him vulnerable. As Argenia kind of flaps up, she sees that Gastus is fighting and tries to flap up to get him, but she's forgotten she's got claws, and one of them gets caught in the edge of the fruit basket and tips the fruit all over the floor. And it's the ones in this end are quite strong, quite tough fruit. So he's doing the cartoon dancing around on top of the rolling apples or whatever for this turn.
Sounds good to me. Blaming arms everywhere. Aki, you're up, sir.
Well, I'm not going to do whatever you thought I was doing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Lord Benny's for everybody.
Oh, Benny's for everybody, even the GM.
Even the GM. Thanks, boy, howdy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Howdy. I I need to spend that penny I just earned. It should be pointed out these two guys at the back are looking at what's going up ahead, and you can definitely see from their faces they think that they'll just join in with the crowd that's surging past, just finished surging past them. But anyway, whether you want to let them get away is up to you, Aki.
Who's coming up behind? There's no one else here, is there? It's just these two guys.
Yeah, there's. I think those are the two that he's talking about that might be deciding to leave.
I think they're deciding to leave, yes. They look like they're deciding to leave, so whether you want to hurry them on the way or prevent them from going away or just leave them alone is up to you. But they definitely obviously looked at each other and nodded, so you get the distinct impression they're going to disengage and leave you alone.
For some reason, they're not. Who is that? The mousing over them isn't showing who they are.
No, I've done the. I think it was working until I did the update just before the game started, so I think they broke it. Or because I even gave him full body portraits, so you could actually. I even gave him full body portraits, so you could see what they looked like. Do you know what I mean? It was, so when you hovered over them, you got to see them looking all impressive.
Right, he's entangled, and it's a raise, so he's entangled with the. He's bound.
So,
he's entangled.
So the ones that I was just going to delete, so I didn't have to worry about them. You've just bound him. Okay, that's fine. It's not a problem. Yeah, he's bound if you got the race. Wind him up. He can't run now.
So he's bound or entangled?
If you got the race, he's bound.
Boom. And then it's Cat's turn. And this Jelly Gold Tooth is not doing anything, is she? So
she's unconscious. Hawker has incapacitated her.
Guess what Cease is going to do?
I think there's a pounce. I can determine a pounce is coming here. Mind you, I can use the Benny I used to see if he's live. Oh.
You could try.
I want to finish the adventure today. This fight took too long. Right.
No. I've got a Benny. Cease has got Bennies.
There you go. Go on then. I just want to end this fight so we can finish the adventure and you can all get the nice prezzies. Well, I can always do it next week and make you wait a week for your prezzies. Right, there we go.
I've got more Bennies. Go on. Okay, I'll let you get away with it. Go on. Do you want to hurry up? I'll let you do it.
Scarlet University number 1 is this one here. He loses his turn, so he can't do anything. In fact, actually, I'm going to have him basically. I tell you what, actually, he's going to. He was rolling all over those fruit. Unfortunately, he finally loses his balance and he hits with a loud crack as the back of his neck and head hits one of the things, and his head turns away. It really shouldn't.
Oh dear, poor fella.
And that's the end of him. And the others are going to run away because it's not worth worrying about. Even the one that's bound up.
I'm just going to kill that one. Damn you.
Sorry. Just go and run away because there is no that stupid token arrows. I hate the way arrows.
Look at that. We won the quick combat.
You won the quick combat, yes. Right. Okay. So so she doesn't get to do the firework flames, so you're all okay. Development. Defeating Jail Goldtooth is only half the victory. The last ability you must save Lady Coldstare's life, which you're able to do because you prevented her taking the poison, so that's all very good. If you save Lady Coldstare's life, she makes a public show of thanks and basically rewards you with her her tiara. A gold tiara with black pearls. She probably very begrudgingly gives it over, but honor requires that she does reward you for saving her life. You can probably take some pleasure out of the fact that she has to reward you. So I forgot to make that an item. So I'm just going to do the easy thing and give you the cash equivalent. Okie dokie, that brings us to the conclusion. Okay, so the advantages of A, B, C, D. Okay, unless the piece of confidence of other yellow. Okay, so if you when you capture Goldtooth alive, you've captured Goldtooth alive. She bitterly reveals the whole plot behind it all, which is all the way back here. Madraki Gale hired her to assassinate Lady Coolstar because of Goldtooth's convenient grudge against the noblewoman who once caught her cheating at cards. Gale arranged to provide Goldtooth with the equipment and coached her on a plan that would not only eradicate Coolstar, but destabilize the international trade and perhaps reignite the Cold War. So basically, she had to the whole. So basically, the whole plan was
a Russian spy.
So basically, they posed as victimized travelers. They snuck into Corvosa, holed up in Traitor's Mew. They met with the Scarzi Associates, which is some criminal underworld gang. And then basically, the whole point was her job was to obtain several poisons, alchemical items, draw Lady Coolstar out into public, and recalling. She's Townsend, lover of Varisia and Blomberries. Basically, she stopped at the Frisky Unicorn and let forge some flyers to the green market. She correctly rages the fussy noblewoman will make a personal appearance instead of sending a chef, and therefore, obviously tried to poison her, but you stopped it, so congratulations. So there we go on that one.
Well, we are adventurous. We see a while, we thwart.
Obviously, Ziva Floxguard recommends you turn Goldtooth over to the Corvosan authorities, which, of course, probably knowing her Cressida is a good idea. Goldtooth laughs and boasts she already dodged their dungeons once. My luck would hold. Foxglove asks Goldtooth why the yellow prophet frightened her during the initial weeding. Goldtooth laughs off Foxglove's fears, declaring dark fates and prophecies all just part of the game. At the same time, while doing this, it has to be pointed out that Ziva's going through the Harrow deck that Goldtooth was using that day. And if anyone else wants to notice as well, you need to roll, basically. Interesting enough, as you go through the whole of the deck, Goldtooth's Harrow deck, the yellow prophet card is nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
And before we leave here today, as I recall, you gave.
I haven't finished yet. I haven't finished yet. Okay. We'll do that at the start next. We will do that as well. Don't worry, I'm planning on it. So you saved Lady Coolstar. Ziva Floxgov will perform a harrowing as a reward for you. So you captured Goldtooth alive. You gain 1 point for that. You saved Lady Coolstar's life. You gain 1 point for that. You averted disasters in AB. You averted disasters in the other 3 areas. So that gets you to 5 points. So for 0 points, you get no reward. For 1 point, you get one conviction. For 3 points, you get 2 conviction. For 4 plus, you get Fortune's Return. So despite the ill omens of the Yellow Prophet, you saved Lady Coolstar from deadly assassination and prevented unfortunate accidents from carrying out deadly consequences. Ziva's Harrow reading shows you the good fortune you have bestowed and reported upon you. So you may select a suit that basically you may select a suit that the harrowing favors. So you can choose keys, which is agility, books, which is smarts, stars, which is spirit, hammers, which is strength, shields, which is vigor, or crowns, which is luck. We're not actually going to do the whole harrowing. It's the idea is this is at the end of it all. The Harrow deck shows you that one of those suits favors you. So, Aki, you get to pick first. Do you want agility, smart, spirit, strength, vigor, or luck?
What the hell is luck at the edge that gives you more bennies?
It is. I managed to forget the code I need to put in, but which do you want? You want luck, do you?
Benny plus 1. Yeah, I'll have luck. Yeah.
Okay.
You can just drag
Fortune.
the edge onto me, can't you?
What? Oh no! Look, it's the suit of crowns is attributed to luck, so therefore you get Fortune's return ability. I thought I programmed him in, but I probably didn't. I thought I had. I can't find him.
Yeah, Nature's Bond has died. In your in the FG module errors.
Okay, Gastus.
Gustus will pass on his choice until the others have chosen.
Okie dokie. Who's next on the list? Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to find the page because I thought I'd programmed him in, but it looks like I forgot to. Leia, you're up next.
Keys, please.
Pardon? Keys.
Keys.
Which is agility. Okay, you gain a permanent +1 to all agility rolls. That's the agility itself and all agility-based skills. So I'm just trying to find what the code is for that because I thought I'd created nice effects for them, but of course that would have been easy. So I might just for now just put it on as an ability. Fortune's return. Please, I'll just put agility +1 for now, and I'll fix it properly later. Okay, Sassafras.
What were the choices again?
Basically, agility, smart, spirit, strength, vigor, or luck. Obviously,
Smart.
So,
She's a student.
so you pick. Technically, you basically fortune favors you with books, as it were. So you get Fortune's return in books, which is fine. Thaddeus, you're next.
Smarts.
Which is books again, isn't it? Smarts +1. And that brings us to Forka.
I would like the spirit one, please.
What's she done?
Spirit is stars. Okay, I'll sort that out in a sec. And that brings us back to Gastus.
I think I'm going to go with shields.
Which is spirit +1, and shields is vigor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well there you are. You see, in lieu of giving you basically what I decided was in lieu of giving you an advance that sort of sets you out of it, I'll give you something interesting.
Cool.
You have
How
all
do they
got
show up then?
their abilities. I will program him in properly later, but the point is basically, actually yours is easy. You get +1 on all vigor rolls because you don't. There aren't any vigor skills, aren't there?
I've got
Nope.
smart.
No, I was talking to Gastus. Right. Okay. Well, ultimately, that's all well and good. And the fine, as I say, if the piece is from sometimes, yeah. Okay. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. You have successfully. That sounds very nice. Very, very admirable.
Just make a note that next week I got to collect my ingredients for my little potion for this week.
Oh no! We can do that now. That's not a problem. Obviously,
I started to bring up, and that's what I started to bring up. And you said, no, we'll do that next week.
No, I know, I know, but that's why it's a nice time to do it. So basically, you all get back to Gastus's, the House Latenius, and obviously you've got all the stuff together, and you're all gathered round. And after dropping the egg into a boiling into an iron cauldron and sprinkling in the herbs that were quite easy to get at the green market, that Zifu was more than happy to provide for you. After a couple of, you just basically put it over a fire, and you have to rock it every so often, making sure you rotate it. So using a pair of tongs, you rotate the egg. After a couple of hours like that, there's a slight, the first of the cracks appears in the egg, and shortly afterwards, after much effort on the dragon's part, Rooty, as I've noticed you've already chosen to call him, hatches.
Oh, he's cute.
He's already statted up for you. You're definitely, this whole campaign is definitely going to be everybody in the party ends up with a dragon, isn't it?
Possibly.
This one chosen forever ago. This was not to do with the campaign.
I
This
know.
was-
It's all good. What's it not letting me? Oh, there it is. Yep. And as I say, and that's Rooty being hatched.
Oh, he's
That's-
so cute.
I've sent you a picture for a token for Argenia.
Okay. Have you?
And
Oh,
after-
very
on
nice.
Discord.
Yes.
And
Very pretty.
After Rudy's hatched, I'm gonna turn to Majenko and I go, Majenko, I still love you, but it don't seem real fair here. If you want to go and help Leah, I will free you to work with her.
Seems fair enough. I shall open up Leia's character sheet and I shall take Jenko from you and put it in his sheet. There we go.
I will let Kay know that they've just gained a pet dragon.
I think everyone but Vorka's got a pet now. We're going to have to sort something out for Vorka. I feel guilty.
Majenko.
Well, no, Majenko's gone for Leia, we just said.
Yes, that's I was telling Kay because Kay's out of the Discord.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But I hope you enjoyed that. We got a little rushed at the end there. Sorry about that.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, the dog just ate the unbaked cookies off the baking tray, and Kay is being very angry at the dog at the moment.
Well, that's understandable. But yes, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Actually, where should... Obviously, bats and wolves, spy bat. Anyway, but next week we shall begin book
I
2
haven't
proper.
decided yet, but I've got to look at the statistics. But the duck might morph into something.
Next Monday,
horrible.
you're in Stuttgart, Arkansas, Kevin.
Okay, I shall bear that in mind. So, okay, well, hope
Make
on
it
fun.
back. Yeah.
And I'll see you all. I shall see you all next Tuesday when we start book 2. Hopefully, I've finished sorting out all the
Thanks for
module stuff.
Benny.
I'm going to reset everything now just for the sake of reminding myself not to need to do it next time. Party sheet.
Yeah, because he's my whatever. I forget what it's called.
But anyway, hope you all had fun there. See you.